Holler if you hear me, and welcome to tonight's edition of our Uncensored. It is the top of the hour, 10 p.m. Eastern, and we are here and together to continue on with this model kit of the USS Kitty Hawk. Oh, yes, we got ourselves a nice big carrier tonight. So let's move in straight to the talent portion of the show. And why did I say a carrier that strangely? Well, it all adds up to being a parallel to one of those underrated and or sadly forgotten about survival horror games from the Sega Dreamcast. We've already looked up Blue Stinger, and I've shown you Blue Stinger, but now let's look up Carrier on the Dreamcast and give you all a little look at a review of that. A little bit right here. Starting with our friend over at Avalanche Reviews.
Blubbering Cave with Liberty Biverty.
It's bundle and save on insurance with Liberty Mutual. Okay, let's do another take.
What do you want me to say?
The line. Say the line.
Oh, that's easy. The line.
Okay, let's pick it up tomorrow.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
A company I had only really known as As you guys may have noticed, I sort of have an obsession with the Resident Evil series, one that may or may not cross the line into creepy territory, but even an uber fan like myself needs a little vacation every now and then. I mean, you can't just play RE all the time, and what better genre to cleanse the palate of Resident Evil than the Resident Evil clone? Yep, believe it or not, Capcom was not the only company to notice that survival horror games stood a solid chance of making a few bucks. And of course, there would be franchises that use survival horror as a jumping off point to form their own genres, but we're not talking about those today. Nope, instead we're looking at a game that can't wear its love for RE on its sleeve because RE is its sleeve. Carrier hit Japanese Dreamcast not even a month after Resident Evil Code Veronica and was developed by Jaleco, a company I had only really known as the guys who made the generally okay Earth Defense Force on the SNES. And before you get your hopes up, nope, not that one. Well, I'm not one to judge a book by its cover, or in this sense, a game by its developer, so can Carrier take the torch from Capcom and keep the fires of survival horror burning? Well, I'm Jared, and this is Avalanche Reviews.
Lieutenant Manning, what is that?
It's nothing. It's just part of my stuff. Who's in the picture?
Alright, so let's start out with a not-so-secret secret about myself. I am not one of those people who think survival horror games have to necessarily have a cheesy B-movie plot. I mean, take a look at the first and second RE games. Giant corporation with military contracts carries out secret experiments with the goal of developing a viral weapon. Not exactly what I would call a page out of science fiction. And
RJ says, I recall this title, but this is the first time I'm seeing more about it. Yeah, this was one of those that I remember actually playing back in the day when we had the Dreamcast. So yes, I physically owned this and Blue Stinger. So this is something of me bringing back more memories.
Sure, you may point at specifics that muddy the waters a bit, but as a setup, Capcom pretty much hit the nail on the head. So when holding Carrier up to the games it means to emulate, something I will be doing a lot in this video, how does it, well, hold up? As far as general scene setting goes, I would say Carrier's plot hits all the right points. The intro sets up a world that's been in the grips of a global resource shortage, something that isn't too far outside the realm of possibility in our own modern world. And with limited resources comes the all-too-familiar military conflict. In some kind of odd tribal move, the North and South hemispheres team up against each other, and since they're the ones with a less advantageous position economically speaking, the South resorts to guerrilla warfare-style tactics and terrorism. This red versus blue conflict gets so bad that the North, or as they like to be called, the NTA, builds a massive technologically advanced aircraft carrier.
Oh, that's why they call it that.
With its inaugural mission being the destruction of a terrorist cell in Colombia. Being the biggest, baddest war machine on Earth, the Heimdall completes Operation Hurricane with ease, but on its way back is tasked with picking up an ancient organism named Ark, and shortly after went radio silent. At first, you play as Jack, a blonde-haired, blue-eyed, all-American beefcake who's part of the NTA Spark unit. And yes, they couldn't even have their acronym start with a different letter than stars. But anyways, your unit's been sent in to investigate the situation, and for some reason the ship's guns shoot your chopper down upon approach. Okay, so there will be no points awarded for originality here, but to be fair, you can ignore the rest of the story. The real intrigue has to do with the political atmosphere of this world and finding out just how the Ark organism has infected the ship. Through talking to the survivors, there's scattered rumors of spies working for the South and a couple of red herrings to pay attention to, and for a while I was pretty damn interested in clearing this all up. Our boy Jack is the only option at first, but after clearing the game, you get access to his teammate Jessifer, which I'm positive is a name no human being has ever had in the history of humanity. Which really isn't a game changer. I mean, the main story essentially screams a few of the future plot twists at you, but if you've done a good job collecting ammo as Jack, have fun in your second scenario because those ammo drops do not replenish between games. Okay, so the setup is pretty good, admittedly, so that means the story must get high marks, right? Well, not exactly.
Hey, what happened?
That bastard.
Hey, get it together. What happened?
The story, as it exists on paper, is relatively interesting. The only problem is the game's method by which it's told. Yes, those of you who grew up with the Dreamcast probably know exactly where I'm headed. This game, like most games in the console's library, has some of the worst voice acting I have ever come across in all my years. Seriously, every single line in this game is delivered in the most robotic, poorly read, and underacted way imaginable.
What the hell's going on? Leonard was... by that?
Which sort of changes the appeal a bit, and very well might make it a little more positive. You see, Carrier is the video game equivalent of enjoying a nice episode of Mystery Science Theater 3000. You don't so much play this game to experience its story, you suffer through it to laugh at that one part where they reuse Jack screaming Colonel a whopping 3 times in less than a minute.
Colonel!
The partitions are going to close. Hurry! Don't make my death meaningless.
Colonel! Colonel!
I know the RE series always gets shit for its B-movie tier script, but those of you who make that argument have absolutely no idea what it really means until you dive into Carrier. That being said, I can't really tell you whether or not I enjoyed my time with this story. I think honestly it just depends on what you're into. For me, the silliness of the voice acting and dumb character drama kept getting in the way of a plot I was pretty interested in. But if you enjoy cringeworthy dialogue and voice acting worthy of a #1 spot in any top 10 list, well, may I introduce you to your new holy grail.
This is what
Hey, also, I just downloaded the Experian app because I wanted to check my FICO score, but it does so much more. This thing shows you your FICO score. You can get your credit card recommendation.
All right, so let's get this out of the way right up front. Carrier has the shitty job of having to directly compete with Resident Evil Code Veronica, not only due to this being a blatant RE clone, but they also came out within months of each other. As some of you may know, I think CV is one of the finest classic RE games, but I promise we'll be judging this bad boy on its own merits. Now, I can't promise I won't make a few comparisons here or there, but what Carrier does right and wrong mostly are kind of specific to the game alone, so don't worry, it will be getting a fair shake here. Before we start, though, we have to address the whole RE clone thing. If I'm being honest, it feels a bit weird using that term. I mean, RE started survival horror, so wouldn't it be more accurate to say Carrier is a survival horror game? And while it definitely counts as survival horror in my ridiculously, universally known rigid standards, it just screams clone to me in nearly every aspect of its gameplay. Just like how the term Doom clone eventually broadened to first-person shooter as games turned away from Doom's core design, RE clones eventually became survival horror games as they started to find their own structure within the RE standards. All that being said, I'm actually pretty impressed at how much Carrier did to set itself apart from its genetic origin point. And you know, it just hit me, I've been jawing on about clones before even describing the actual gameplay to you, so Let's remedy that right now. Carrier takes RE's specific brand of survival horror and runs full speed with it. Your character uses tank controls, readying your weapon is done with R, and there's a bit of an emphasis on conserving health items and ammunition. Exploring your surroundings will make up about 95% of the gameplay, and key items used to open new areas will almost always be locked behind a puzzle of some sort. As you might expect, backtracking plays a huge part in exploration, which would be a problem given the huge nature of the Heimdall, but Jalico made sure that you're almost always confined to one floor of the ship at a time. Each floor seems to gradually increase in complexity, and by the middle of the game, you'll be checking your map every few rooms to make sure you're on the right path. I think this could have been fixed by including more memorable connecting areas in between major locations, but with the setting, I don't think much more could have been done. Maybe a smaller overall map could have helped, but honestly, it wasn't too much of an issue. It was just a bit annoying having to keep bringing up the map because the narrow connecting hallway you're currently navigating looks almost exactly like the one you just left. Overall, I'd say item placement, backtracking, and map layout are all pretty okay in survival horror terms, and might even scratch that itch that comes with a lack of games in the genre to actually play. But moving your character around is one of the areas where Carrier totally misses the mark. Either your character's run speed or the size of the environment needs to be tweaked heavily because it's nearly impossible to make a turn in this game without stopping your run and adjusting. This is something that gets very annoying when running away from enemies, which, thanks to the tight 90-degree laden hallways, is rarely an option here. I'd say throughout this playthrough, I killed about 90% of the enemies in the game, and if you'll remember my previous incoherent rants on the subject, being able to choose whether or not to engage in combat is a huge part of what makes the genre so interesting. Sure, it's fun managing your inventory, finding solutions to puzzles, and remembering your environmental layout, but planning which foes to down and which foes to dodge is what draws me to these games. This kind of setup really gives me a feeling of mastery over a game when I've successfully mapped a route to my objective, only clearing out areas that don't allow for nimble maneuvering. Sadly, Carrier does lack this feeling, but it does some interesting things with the genre's traditional combat, which may or may not make up for it. Much like what you're used to, Carrier will have you using a shoulder button to ready your weapon, another to fire it, and this will lock you in place, leaving your directional buttons to adjust your aim up, down, left, or right. But unlike what you're used to, your aim won't be returned to center once you let go of a vertical direction. Oddly enough, this was the first thing that really jumped out at me as kind of interesting when I first sampled the game in a Dreamcast magazine demo disc. I mean, it seemed like a very small touch, but this kind of gives you the feeling of having more control over combat, which is kind of nice. And if you're asking me, that was a masterfully done segue into the game's combat, which does show a bit of ambition from the devs. There have been all kinds of additions made here, and mostly they all work pretty damn well. First off, there's a quick change function mapped to the L trigger that cycles through your weapons, which pairs perfectly with the ability to use timed explosives. These things work like any other weapon, but get set on the ground and go off a few seconds after you've set them, whether or not you're in range of your own blast. Not only is this a pretty good option in combat if you're in the right scenario, but they're also used in exploration by taking out certain hazards and clearing the arc plant growth. Now, those of you who know me are probably expecting me to railroad the game for ruining its immersion by having on-screen inventory graphics. But like I'll get into later, this kind of just plays into the arcadey nature of the Dreamcast. Plus, the feature made the game a little more functional, so we're going to let it slide this time. When using your more traditional projectile-based options, you'll notice you have the ability to aim at specific targets, letting you accurately line up headshots or blow limbs off the plant zombie things infesting the ship. I kind of like this addition as far as gameplay goes, and I'm sure some of you will be able to work out a strategy of just taking a zombie's arms out and passing by, but I stuck with good old-fashioned American headshots the whole time. The only thing I didn't like was this big colorful reticle that shows up so you know exactly what you're aiming at. Now, I know this was completely necessary, and I couldn't even imagine how they would work around it without just highlighting the body part, kind of like the system found in Eternal Darkness. But to be honest, these big bright reticles just feel right on the console.
Hey, stop! Are you crazy?
Like I said before, 98% of the Dreamcast library has this big, colorful arcade feel to them visually, so I think I can give a pass here for nostalgia's sake. The last, and in my opinion most interesting addition to the genre is the scanner thing you get early on in the game. This handy piece of tech is brought up by the B button, and unlike the crappy scanning mechanic in RE Revelations, plays into the game world really fluidly. This thing serves a bunch of purposes and actually gets a pretty convincing in-game explanation. Throughout the Heimdall are scattered survivors of the Ark outbreak, and saving these guys will get you info, healing items, and ammo. But mixed in with these survivors are Ark-infected creatures posing as regular humans. Getting near these assholes will result in a bit of lost life, but pulling out the old trusty BMT3 scope will let us know who's human and who needs 9mm brain surgery. There are also invisible enemies that require the scope to see, along with doors and items hidden behind all the ship's new plant life. Given this cool feature and the nice additions of limb-based damage and fucking explosives, I'd say Carrier is a cool little entry into the survival horror history books. Now don't get me wrong, it's nowhere near perfect. It does suffer from really awkward controls in combat, but this often comes when a developer attempts to emulate RE without fully understanding how it works. I will also say the end of the game seemed to drag on forever, but when it's all said and done, there just aren't enough games in this genre to be too picky. Those of you interested in these types of games really owe it to yourself to check Carrier out and see what happens when a developer trips and falls into making a pretty interesting RE clone. But understandably, the faults here will likely be more than enough to keep away any people not already familiar with the blueprints laid out by late 90s Capcom. Without a doubt, this is a flawed little footnote in a failed console's history, but it's one that delivers some really interesting gameplay and a new twist on a genre that could use a few more games with this kind of ambition, earning it a score of 4 Wesker clones out of 5.
Is everything okay?
It's nothing. Lieutenant Manning and I were just discussing our duties. Isn't that right, Lieutenant?
Yeah.
It's a ship.
Yes, that's right.
Try this one on for size, you damn monster!
If you're a fan of the Dreamcast, you probably already know this, but for those of you who didn't grow up with Sega's little white box, this platform typically came with a very identifiable look. Maybe you could call them repeating design motifs. Among these are bright colors, simple geometry, and a very, very noticeable dithering pattern that came from a pretty low color depth baked into the hardware. In fact, one of the few games that didn't share this look while not being a port from another console is the game most often compared to Carrier, Resident Evil Code Veronica. And that's a convenient segue, as this game looks like a nice blend of CV's dark, more detailed look and the more typical style of your average Dreamcast game. Even though your environment is mostly the dark, dingy insides of a military ship, there are flashes of bright color here and there, mostly in Jack and the plants that grow from the Ark organism. But other than the console-specific stuff, I'd say Carrier looks...
And everybody, welcome to Random95. Everybody say hello to Random95 here in the chat. It says, use Brave Browser, you won't get ads. Well, I don't know what Brave Browser is, so I'm going to have to look into that since I've never heard of that one before. And also, yes, a good welcome right there, as yes, we are trying to finish assembling this Carrier while we are looking at different videos of the Dreamcast game Carrier. And also, Puma Fist is here.
About like what you would expect from a game with such a smallish budget. On the surface, everything seems fairly kind of polished, but when the game's in motion, the little cracks start to become pretty evident. For instance, the animations for running and taking damage are pretty convincing, but they seem to be playing in slow motion, kind of like the devs put a little too many frames of animation into each action, which oddly enough leads me into a pretty high point of praise. Carrier runs at double the frame rate found in your typical Resident Evil game. At a pretty consistent 60 frames per second, this little Dreamcast title immediately feels different from the games it's trying to emulate, which is a very good thing. Of course, you are going to find pockets of slowdown, especially when using the scope, but smooth gameplay like this is always appreciated in a survival horror type game. And back to the downsides. So you probably already noticed how poor facial animations are, but for the so bad it's good camp out there, I'm happy to say lip syncing is also a mess. Throughout the entire game, I don't think any dialogue ever lined up with the game's actual animations, which coupled with the poor quality of the voice acting, makes for a very enjoyable time.
Lieutenant Manning, what is that?
It's nothing. It's just part of my stuff. Who's in the picture?
Enemies are relatively interesting looking with their plant-based designs, but their stiff animations and kind of awkward ways of moving kind of take away from the appeal. I will say though, the best graphical feature is how well the environments look. Sure, they may be a little samey, but for the Dreamcast, they're pretty damn convincing. I also really liked how well the game handles very low light levels. Through the entire game, you're always just on the verge of not being able to see too far in front of you, but always able to make out your close surroundings. which sounds like a given, but achieving a game that was creepy and dark while being well lit enough to actually enjoy was often an issue in full 3D games of the era. Of course, everything I just said goes out the window when you find the ship's scattered survivors. These guys all look terribly rushed in their design and animate like something out of Zombie Revenge, but somehow even worse.
Here, take this! A man with golden eyes said to give it to you.
Overall, I'd say Carrier is very obviously a budget game, but it does tread into AAA territory every once in a while. Obviously, the game's direct competitor, RE, was never a head-turner, technically speaking, with its primitive 2D backgrounds and low-poly characters, but it was the artistry that really set Resident Evil apart from the games that far outclassed it in sheer polygon-pushing terms. And if you ask me, that was what most games got wrong during this period in game design. So many devs were rushing to put out the next graphically stunning title, but it was the games that worked within the restraints of these systems and focused on an interesting art style or overall cohesive look that hold up well today. If I had to give some kind of letter grade to Carrier for graphical performance, it would probably be a C-. Sure, there are some really interesting things going on here, but there are plenty of badly designed or executed parts of the game that will break any immersion you might have developed along the way. That being said, can I really blame this game for looking so much like the rest of the Dreamcast library at the time? I guess that's for you to judge. Maybe those of you who really enjoy the console's very specific look will get a kick out of seeing it applied to a horror game, but if you don't spend your time admiring retro 3D graphics, I doubt very seriously you'll be able to keep a straight face while playing Carrier, which probably makes it all the more enjoyable if you're in it for the cheese, which, to be fair, you probably should be.
Two-Hearted IPA is perfect for a nice slow afternoon, which is every afternoon for me. Never half-hearted, Two-Hearted.
I built a Wix website overnight, and it helped launch my career as a sketch artist. There's beauty in everything, and being there firsthand is, of course, the best way to experience it. As a reportage illustrator, my art unfolds in real time. So my website needs to showcase the kinetic energy.
All right, so there's another Dreamcast survival horror game in the books. Obviously, I was pretty mixed up here. On one hand, I really appreciate seeing a game take a crack at the genre while staying both faithful to it and innovating in a few very cool ways. But either a low budget or lack of artistic skill makes Carrier feel like a roller coaster with the amount of ups and downs to be found. And speaking of which, let's take a look at the game's pros and cons to see if you need to be booking a cruise on the SS Heimdall anytime soon. Right from the start, it's nice to see my favorite genre getting the love it deserves. Sure, it may not be the best ambassador to the masses, but let's face it, we fans aren't exactly drowning in other options at the moment. And that's another boat joke. Boom, add that to the list. I still really like the look that was common to most Dreamcast games, and any day I get to see a new spin on it is a good day in my book. Listen, there's no way of getting around this. Carrier is mostly terrible, but it's a kind of terrible that begs to be experienced. The same way people across the world have enjoyed Tommy Wiseau's The Room, I assume you'll get a kick out of the batshit insanity around every corner here. Okay, so I struggled with this because if I tried hard enough, I could list a nearly infinite amount of flaws with this game, but many of those flaws might also be things that people tend to enjoy, like world-class bad voice acting, hilariously janky design, and monsters that look like they were lifted straight from an 80s B-movie. So I've only got one entry here, but that's not because the game is without issues. More than anything, it's because there are simply too many to count. Alright, so this is going to be a very complicated recommendation. I do think you guys should give this game a try, but only under two very specific circumstances. First being if you're hard up for survival horror games. While there's a thick wrapping of awful covering this whole game, there is a tiny seed of classic survival horror game design that makes Carrier an absolute joy to play even when it's at its worst. Second is for those of you who love a good train wreck. This game is filled with so many terribly funny moments, it's impossible to talk about all of them and not end up with a video longer than anyone would be willing to watch. So if you're down for a little cringe and a lot of laughs, bust out the old Dreamcast and get ready for quite possibly the most entertainingly cheesy game ever made. Sadly, complete copies of Carrier do seem to be rising in price lately on the used market. But hey, the Dreamcast wasn't the most pirated console in history for nothing, so you really have no excuse not to just at least give it a try. Well guys, I think that's about all the unintentional comedy I can take in one day, but don't worry, I will be back soon. So as usual, I'm Jared.
Colonel!
And this is Avalanche Reviews. What's poppin', fellow young people? Thanks for sticking around till the end. If you fancy yourself a bit of a survival horror connoisseur, I'll link some cool shit here on screen. And if you like what you see here, maybe think about supporting.
Now let's find ourselves another carrier review. Right. Oh, here.
I love survival horror, and I love exploring obscure games. So combining the two is always a blast. One of my favorite reviews I did was on Deep Fear for the Sega Saturn. So when I found out about another really obscure Resident Evil-like on a Sega system, I had to give it a go. February 24th, 2000, Carrier released on the Sega Dreamcast in Japan. It released close to the same time in North America, but in PAL regions, we didn't get it until the summer of 2001. So PAL copies are really expensive because, you know, that was the year the Dreamcast was really starting to die out. It was developed by Jalico, which has been around since basically the dawn of gaming, starting in 1978 with Pile Break, released for the arcades. Essentially just a breakout clone, which was pretty common for the era. They seem to be more of a publisher than a developer, but Carrier was made in-house. This title also released neck and neck with Biohazard or Resident Evil Code Veronica in Japan, so it had some tough competition. Booting it up gives us this really cheesy title screen. It really tries to go for that Resident Evil vibe, but it doesn't hit nearly as hard.
Resident Evil.
Carrier. Why does he say it like that? The opening text scroll is pretty long, but all you need to know is that there was some vague war called the North-South conflict. And it's kind of fucking bonkers because it's basically the entirety of the Northern Hemisphere fighting the entirety of the Southern Hemisphere. And the Northern Hemisphere has 90% of the world's population, so they obviously won. The South ended up with an energy crisis and severely lacked food, so they grew hatred towards the North, creating an anti-North terrorist group. In response to that, the North created the Northern Hemisphere Treaty Alliance, or NTA. In 2023, an aircraft carrier with weapons so powerful it could protect against any air attack, the Heimdall, was on a mission. After attacking a southern base, the Heimdall was on its way back to North America, but stopped responding after picking up an important package. So a team is sent to check up on it. Our protagonist, Jack Inglis, is talking to Lieutenant Jessifer Manning, having a very natural human conversation.
Lieutenant Manning, what is that?
It's nothing. It's just part of my stuff. Who's in the picture?
This? It's my brother.
Oh, yeah. Your brother's on the Heimdall, right?
So of course we have to find Jack's brother. And when we approach the carrier, we get gunned down. After crash landing, Manning vanishes. The pilot Leonard is injured, so we go to find him a med kit. I do have a major complaint though. The way it introduces its monsters. As we leave Leonard, we see this. Not a lot of build-up or fanfare, we just kind of see the first basic zombie type right away, climbing up out of nowhere. Usually survival horror games love to play with its reveal and building up the tension, but at least we're gonna have a fun reveal for the protagonist himself, right? Nope. Leonard's helmet falls down, and then the monster right behind it, and Jack shoots it down in a cutscene. What an obvious missed opportunity. Think about the first zombie in Resident Evil, the slow build-up, having it stand up, and bam, now you gotta deal with it. Whether you shoot it, whether you run away, it's up to you. The first monsters in Silent Hill does this too, or even Deep Fear. It puts you in control when you meet the first monster. It makes you panic. You're not really used to this game yet, and you're kind of put in a situation where you have to figure things out quickly. You don't know how much damage it takes. You don't know if it'll permanently die. And all of these things you have to figure out right now because you're in danger. But no, in this game, he just shoots down on a cutscene and, and then this goofy goober comes waddling in. And this is the one that we actually have to take down. I don't know why he's walking like that, but whatever. It's kind of fun to see this neat little targeting system, which will hover over different parts of the monster's body. But of course, as usual, the head is always the best way to go. The controls are are okay. I think the turning is a bit slow. So often you find yourself doing really slow turns around corners. And this game is almost exclusively 90-degree turns, so you always feel like kind of a bumbling idiot. When tech controls are done well, I think they're genuinely incredible. I wouldn't change or remove it from any game that does a good job with the control scheme. I think it can add a lot to an experience, and it makes it easier to deal with changing camera angles. This game, though, it feels like it uses tech controls and fixed camera angles more out of obligation than anything else. It doesn't feel like it's very well thought out. Sometimes the camera will even clip through stuff in cutscenes. Enemies can be off screen without making a sound, so it feels unfair at times. Anyways, after wandering around a bit, seeing a few areas with a genuinely well-crafted atmosphere, we finally meet another person.
Who is it?
It's me, Lang.
Jack?
I love how casual he sounds. Who is it? Jack asks about the monsters, but Lang hasn't seen any. We inform him of Leonard's death and Manning going missing. Lang gives us the task of finding 2 discs to access the system because
This computer's running wild. It won't tell me anything about the ship.
whatever that means. We can save at these funny looking terminals and move on to grab some ID cards to access new rooms. The next cutscene is so weird and funny I can't do it justice by explaining it. I'm just going to show you an abridged cut down version.
What happened? What's going on? Hey, are you okay?
Stop! Don't get any closer! Who are you? Are you infected too?
I'm Sergeant Ingalls. I'm part of the Spark team sent to investigate the ship.
Spark? You're a little too late. This is not a human anymore. Here, take a look with this.
What is it? What's going on?
What is going on? Don't you believe what you see? I am Terry.
Well, it looks like what Avalanche Reviews was saying about all the line delivery being stilted was completely full of shit, because that guy's given a performance is just an incredibly fucking stupid performance, where you're like, my God, what is that? This is Vincent Price on acid.
The ship doctor. I was finally able to capture one of these things alive and conduct some experiments, but the ship is already full of them.
What?
Damn!
Hey, what are you doing?
It is all because of Ark.
Ark?
This monster looks like a human, but it's not. It's an inferior life form.
Hey, stop! Are you crazy?
Or as RJ says, now I want this voice actor to do the narration for Thriller. Yes, the Thriller rap. Yes. Darkness falls across the land. The midnight hour is close at hand. Creatures crawl in search of blood to terrorize y'all's neighborhood. For no mere mortal can resist the evil of the Thriller. Ha 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 ha. That's why, because the Michael movie looks amazing. It looks as amazing as Backrooms.
Not crazy. I'm perfectly sane. And you? Are you really a human? You're not. Ark.
Hey, wait. What are you talking about? What's Ark?
Look around you. You have arrived in hell. I can't trust anyone anymore. Soon, you too will feel the hopelessness.
And as soon as the cutscene ends, the zombie immediately lunges at you. I don't even know if you are able to avoid it. After taking it down, I checked the computer, which just explains that the doctor has been trying to cure this virus. You realize that people who are infected don't really show any signs until they suddenly just become violent. And he had to use those funky goggles to be able to tell who was who. He was going to dissect the monster that he caught. After reading that, these little spore guys that look like Flood from Halo jump out at you. Grabbing a new ID card gives us access to a new area. We get a call from Aaron Burke. I love how it just shows the 3D model of his head. It looks so goofy. He basically just asks us about what's happened so far and tells us to not get emotional and focus on the mission. Alright then, asshole. He keeps saying that too, over and over throughout the game. It's really funny.
Sorry, this is no time to get emotional. It's just that now is not the time to be emotional. Hang tough, Jack. We don't have time for emotions.
There's this weird green text that I guess is just there for aesthetics, but it's also really distracting because it comes and goes really fast, and it's some kind of weird advertisement for Jellico, the developer, as well as the game carrier itself. The text reads, "When you think big-time heavy-duty console developers, Jellico probably isn't one of the first companies to mind. That's all about to change, however, with the introduction. And what is it that makes so special? Carrier has several things going for it."
And Ruby Who with a $5 super chat says, "Hope you're all having a good one." Oh yeah, we're having a good one as I'm assembling the USS Kitty Hawk, which is supposed to be the largest aircraft carrier in the world. And yes, this is a real thing. And everybody say hello to Ruby and thank her for breaking the stream's cherry and giving us a super chat right there. Now, if we can get some channel memberships gifted and get business in the store, we will have the trifecta. And what I mean by business in the store is anything from a donation in the store to purchase, to an art purchase or a commission. And that can mean, purchase of either any of the artwork there or a copy of Encrypted. And we got to thank Ruby Who once again for not only being a subscriber to Encrypted, but also having gone and preemptively renewed her subscription for the second year of the comic. Oh, yes. And yes, she made it a very good evening. How? Because Ruby just went and gifted a channel membership right now. Oh, yes. Whoa, Nelly. And who is receiving that gift? Oh, it is Brian Hackney who's receiving this channel membership. And remember, we've been having new members-only videos uploaded the past couple days, and tomorrow there'll be another video of the Blake's Apple Orchard for members only to see tomorrow. So I hope that you out there who have your memberships will be going up and seeing that and enjoying what it is, because there's going to be more members-only content like that coming up in the next few days. So for you, enjoy.
It features its share of originality, featuring an intrepid crew out to stop a naval carrier from returning to port with a cargo of deadly experiments gone away. And it just keeps cycling these three lines over and over. I'm assuming they meant to say that the experiments have gone awry and not away. I don't know. The grammar is so bad and the spacing between letters is really odd. I don't know what they were thinking with adding this. It just takes me out of the experience once I noticed it. It'd be one thing if it was smaller and harder to read, but it's like right there. It's kind of funny to see that they really felt this was going to be some breakthrough title. The fact that they thought this game was going to put their name up there with other big-time developers, as they put it, well, that didn't end up working out. Moving onwards, we reach a room that has direct communication to the NTA.
Hey, what do you think you're doing?
Man, I love how nonchalant the delivery is. It's obviously a corpse, but Jack still goes, "Hey, what are you doing?" It's so funny. Of course, Jack takes the chance to use the comm link, but gets cut off mid-conversation and loses contact with the outside world. After this cutscene, I was messing around with the controls and I noticed that when your pistol is held up, he aims right away. But if you're at ease, he gets into this weird stance before aiming. It's kind of strange. So turning and aiming is always snappy, but if you aim, stop aiming, and then aim again, he takes a second to start aiming. Also, if you walk backwards and aim, he snaps his neck in a really bizarre way. Heading out of the radio room, I get jumped by this guy who just walks up to me. I thought he was a zombie for a second.
It's hopeless. It's impossible to leave.
Brilliant. He gives me a data disk and looks after me in this jittery way. After this, we meet a guy hiding from a monster.
There's something over there.
I don't see anything.
We're shown bloody steps on the ground, which it even zooms in on. This again is such a wasted opportunity. Imagine if he told us that there was a monster in here and we just saw bloody footsteps while walking around while we're in control of the character. It immediately would make us go, oh shit, there's an invisible creature here. But instead, the cutscene makes it clear as day, and then Jack uses his goggles to see it and then begins to shoot the monster all in the cutscene. There's no tension. I mean, I do have to finish the monster off myself, but man, even when there's some cool ideas, it takes control away from me just so it can show me everything instead of letting me figure things out. Let the tension happen to the player and not to the character in the cutscene. There's so little thought put into how the player feels. At least the dialogue continues to be entertaining.
Stay away from me.
Calm down. I'm part of the Spark team.
Spark team?
Yeah, we're evacuating survivors to the flight deck.
All right, I'll go there.
Also, even though it's set in 2023, you still use VHS tapes, and the tech feels very 90s, which I kind of love. The map system is just like in most survival horror titles, and it really makes it a breeze to figure out where to go next. There's this kind of groove I get into with these games, trying to figure out where I have to head to, what I've yet to do, and despite its flaws, it still scratches that itch at a base level. Limited ammo and healing items, finding key items, reading logs and memos, puzzles. It's not a small game either. It takes like 6 to 8 hours to beat, which is a pretty good length for this genre, though I don't feel like it's nearly as replayable as most others. And there isn't a lot of music or ambient sounds in general. The atmosphere isn't sold as well as it could have been. And the areas are very samey, which makes it kind of annoying to backtrack. I found myself having to check the map all the time because I could never tell where I was at. Everywhere looks generally the same. Now, at least we still have amazing voice acting.
Who are you? Spark team, put down your gun.
Spark team? Are you human? Really?
Yes, put down your gun.
I don't know. You can't trust anyone here.
It does also stand out with its invisible monsters and using the goggles to see who's really infected. They even put you in situations where two people claim the other is a monster and you gotta shoot the right one, which will net you some useful items. It's pretty neat stuff, even if it's simple. After getting through Deck 2, we face the first boss of the game.
Hey, what are you doing?
You? I'm activating the elevator. Stay out of the way! I got it!
It's too dangerous. Get away from there.
Amazing. I recognize that scream sound from SpongeBob. They use it many times throughout the game too. Anyways, this fight kind of sucks. Just shoot the eye when it pops out, that's it. The tentacles deal constant damage when they touch you, so just move out of the way. It'll send out these little spider guys, and Jack will always auto-aim towards them because they're closer to you. And that's really annoying because they barely deal any damage, and I just want to shoot the stupid eye. Everything about the fight feels clunky and weird, but at least it's easy. It's not really frustrating. And I guess that goes for the difficulty of the game as a whole. Something that negates a lot of the item management is your welder. It shoots an electric burst and has unlimited ammo. It's a tiny bit weaker than a pistol, but it's still super usable for taking down enemies. And even without that, you get a lot of ammo. Just like a lot. I feel that Carrier just begins to rely on overwhelming you with enemies as a form of difficulty. You'll walk into a room and there'll be 3 guys just right there that charge at you as soon as the door opens. It feels more cumbersome to deal with than anything else. Also, you shoot with the same button that you use to interact with stuff. Generally, that's fine, but if you want to aim down by pressing down on the D-pad and shooting at the same time, you will instead do a quick turn, which can really screw you over when you want to shoot enemies on the ground. And there's this weird glitch that happened to me twice, where if you shoot a monster during its death animation, it has a chance of getting stuck in its idle animation. Really strange stuff. I'm gonna get into late game spoiler stuff now, so skip here if you don't want to hear the rest of the story. Eventually, we get in touch with the Doctor, the creator of Heimdall, the aircraft carrier. He tells us that the mutants are related to a life form called the Ark, which was picked up at some deserted island. It's a plant-based entity that they didn't know could take control over people, and as of now, they're unsure why they were told to take Ark with them. At least that's what we're being told. The plant-based rooms we've encountered so far are a result of the Ark spreading and taking control. It covers doors with mushrooms that need to be blown up and cacti which you need to remove with water. Eventually, we get in touch with our brother, Bob, and Lieutenant Manning as well. We found a dying man saying that they took the stuff. The memo explains that they were getting something for the Southern Cross, the terrorist group that the ship we're on was meant to fight. There was obviously spies among the crew as the Ark was being kept in secret from a lot of the people here, grown in a hidden place. We walk in on Manning handing something over to Lang as they both act super suspicious about it.
Is everything okay?
It's nothing. Lieutenant Manning and I were just discussing our duties. Isn't that right, Lieutenant?
Yeah. Yes, that's right.
I see.
Of course, Jack suspects nothing. We then get a call from Bob, who's in danger. It's a long trek, but Jack gets there too late. Bob switches on the light so we can kill these fuckers, as they are unkillable in the dark. After that, we have a tragic farewell scene with Bob. Well, as tragic as the game can convey. The music is neat, at least. Bob explains that the Ark is taking over his mind, and he can hear its voice.
I can hear the voice of Ark.
He pleads with us to destroy it, and so we leave, and he takes his life. Eventually, the doctor gets back in touch with us, exclaiming that the computer was never malfunctioning, but was instead taken over by Ark. After finding documents discussing the potential military use of Ark, we also have to dissolve some gunk off an emergency key to get to the doctor. And we finally come face to face with a big old monster that we actually got to see a glimpse of a while back. And the reveal is pretty awkwardly paced. This whole cutscene is super bizarre. And man, this boss fight is so bad. You can't do damage to it while it's attacking you. So you kind of just shoot once, move a bit, shoot once, move a bit. Sometimes it'll swim into you and you can't really do much to dodge it because the water's so high. You just gotta tank a bunch of damage. It's so clunky. It's not scary or tense or anything. It's just annoying. At least the design of the monster is kind of cool. After this, we get a short time limit to shut down the weapons system before it uses it to launch missiles at nearby nations. We have to shut down the main system and then 2 subsystems, and these annoying invisible snail things are in the way. They show up halfway through the game and they just have this stupid area of effect electricity attack, and you just gotta shoot them twice and they're done. But again, they're invisible and they don't make any noise, so you never really expect them. After that, we talk to Lang again, and he's so obviously taking a part of Ark with him, and Jack even questions it.
Captain, that's the capsule that Lieutenant Manning had, isn't it? What's inside?
Nothing. Forget about it. It's just something headquarters wanted. But you better get going, unless you want the doctor to be bait for those monsters.
It's so obvious what's going on, but I guess poor Jack is just too trusting. The doctor calls us and starts cackling like a lunatic, so we have to go find him fast.
There are 35 billion years of memories alive in Ark. And again, thanks to Ark, the Earth will once again become a paradise.
Doctor, what happened to you? Doctor, you are already...
Stop! Nothing will change by killing me. More importantly, don't you want to meet Ark? I will open the flood partition, which will provide a way to the engine room. Go and meet Ark and listen to its voice.
And finally, we're face to plant with the Ark. It tries to convince us to join it.
Can you see it, Jack? It's the Ark of life. For humans who only know destruction, Ark's brilliance is too much for the eyes.
But Jack refuses. He unlocks the quarantine area and destroys the original plants that Ark stemmed from. And then meeting up with the Colonel, they plant explosives around the ship and prepare to flood it and evacuate. But then...
Let's get out of here! Doctor? Go! Jack, let me handle this.
Colonel!
The partitions are going to close. Hurry! Don't make my death meaningless.
Colonel! Colonel!
Colonel!
And he tries to blow himself up with the doctor, which does not work as the doctor continues to chase us.
Damn, it's still alive.
And even when we get to the elevator, he comes running after. I love this glass shattering effect. It just like despawns the glass. It's awesome.
Damn, it's still alive.
After taking out the creature, the doctor gets to speak to us as himself one last time.
Run, Jack. Go back. Take with you the warning of Ark. While I am still human.
And then we fight the true final boss. It's kind of annoying to shoot him. I feel like the crosshairs don't appear when they should. It's weird, but eventually he goes down. I had plenty of grenades saved up, and we get the hell out of there, with the obvious sequel bait in Lang's hands as the carrier sinks. There's also a second scenario where you play as Jessifer. It's a lot shorter, starting with Bob finding her unconscious. She explores the ship, encountering plant life, and talks to the doctor. He gives her a disc containing all known data about the Ark, which explains that it's a natural force come back to reclaim the Earth because humans have taken more than they were supposed to, and the natural order must be restored. This is also what we find out, that the computer system that Heimdall was based upon is organic, though they don't really go into detail on how that works, other than how it has some connection to the Ark. Nothing too interesting happens otherwise. It's just kind of a short side story that concludes with Jessifer escaping and writing about how the Ark is a threat to humanity, but also how it's trying to restore order. And it's kind of generic stuff, to be honest. And that's Carrier. It's really rough. I've seen some like it. Many say it's fine as long as you don't compare it to Resident Evil, and I guess that's all well and true, but it's not really a well-made game. It's charming, and it tries to scare you. It really wants to build up this mystery, but I feel that it plays its cards too quickly. Everything is so simple to piece together. The bosses suck, the characters and plot is paper thin, the areas are samey, there's loads of backtracking, it barely has music, and it feels clunky to play. And despite all of that, I kind of love it. It's really cheesy, and it tries its best. It's super rough around the edges, but it has an undeniable charm to it that I just couldn't deny. I was smiling most of the time playing this game. It's just so strange and fun and weird. There were plans for a PS2 sequel, but it did get cancelled. It was titled Carrier 2: The Next Mutant. Despite Jaleco's ambitions to become a big name publisher, Carrier would not carry them there, and instead they fell flat and slowly dissolved. But hey, at least they gave it a shot. That's all I got for you this time. Thanks for watching.
I've never seen anything like this.
Potential when D2 is a third-person action game with first-person gallery shooting style combat, but there are also first-person adventure game elements during its indoor segments, and one part where there's free-roaming first-person exploration. The story is focused on an apocalyptic alien invasion where people are horrifically transformed into alien-human hybrids, and there's a warlock and space magic. It's also a tender character drama with heavy themes focused on abuse, addiction, and mental health. And it's the sequel to D, an adventure game where your dad got possessed by the soul of Dracula. So, you know. D2 was developed for the Dreamcast and released in 1999 in Japan and a year later in the West, but actually started life years earlier for the ill-fated Panasonic M2, the proposed successor to the 3DO. You see, D was actually one of only a handful of top-selling games for the 3DO, so Panasonic wanted lead designer Kenji Eno to develop a sequel for the M2. The original D2 was meant to be a continuation of the Harris family saga, where you would have taken control of Laura's son, who would have to escape a castle and fight off Dracula to save his father. Laura herself would have only been seen in the opening cutscene, killed in a plane crash caused by supernatural forces, an idea that was partially kept for the actual D2. The game would have also included fully 3D exploration and combat as well. This version was never to see the light of day though, as Panasonic pulled the plug on the M2 due to the colossal failure of the...
As RJ says, this is like some acid trip of a game. I wonder if the people that developed Deadly Premonition played D2 a lot. If you remember how crazy that Deadly Premonition was.
3DO. After his work on the Saturn exclusive Enemy Zero, and another Saturn-only game, Winds of Regret, Enno returned to the idea of D2 with the announcement of the Dreamcast. For this version of D2, Enno created a new plot with a new version of Lara. Lara had actually become what Enno referred to as a digital actress. Lara was the main character of D, and a blonde woman named Lara appears as the main character in Enemy Zero as well, but all three Laras have different last names and are distinct characters, supposedly played by the same digital avatar. Weird, but yeah, we just go with it. So in D2, we play as Lara Parton, who is on a commercial flight over northern Canada. She's a sleepy lady who clumsily spills coffee all over her Hillary Clinton power suit, which attracts the attention of the man sitting across the aisle from her. This guy is David, but we won't find out his name until a bit later. And he gets way too personal with the conversation and questions about her little compact with an inscription from her mother. During all of this, a wizard on the plane chants something about shadows into his crystal ball. What can I say? This was before 9/11. You could still wear your belt and your shoes through security. And why not? Your D&D cosplay and glowing magic ball. Get on board, you little freak. Just then, a flight attendant is shot dead, and yep, we got terrorists. The terrorists also seem to be in cahoots with the wizard, as they mutter about shadows as well. Luckily, Lara's new friend also has a gun. It's cool. He's actually FBI, although we don't learn this until much later. Anyway, Lara's magical compact shows David that the plane is about to be hit by a meteorite, but much like many early warning systems for natural disasters, it's already too late, and the plane goes down. Lara then awakens in the care of Kimberly Fox as they shelter in a small mountain hut. Kim informs Lara that it's been 10 days since the plane crash, and there are only a few survivors. Lara was found by Kim 2 days earlier and has no memory of the prior 8 days. Kim also mentions a young girl named Janny, who Lara had seen on the plane. Janny was originally with Lara, but has run away and gotten lost in the mountains somewhere. While attempting to piece things together, the two are attacked by one of the terrorists from the plane, who bleeds green blood and transforms into a horrifying monster. This creature grabs Kim and jams its tentacle down her throat, and my god, I didn't know I was watching La Blue Girl. Yeesh. Before further traumatization takes place, Kim and Lara are saved by a man named Parker, but Kim has an instant distrust of him and drives him away. From here, you wander out into the barren mountainside to discover what's going on and hopefully find some way of getting back to civilization. From the opening moments, it's clear that this game has little to do with the original D in story or gameplay. And I'm just going to give you a little spoiler here and say that aside from a main character named Lara, D2 has practically nothing to do with D, unless you count mentions of cannibalism as a connection. Yum.
We were wondering if Blue Chew Gold was worth the upgrade, but after the night we just had, he is not going back to the generic stuff. Watching him take Blue Chew Gold is refreshingly simple. One tablet under the tongue, no stress, no overthinking. The 4 ingredients work together, not just for blood flow, but for desire and connection too. It's a powerful combo. Gentlemen, see what she thinks. Go to bluechew.com and get a month free if you buy 2 months. You're welcome.
What if you could make a song using only your voice? Let's start with the drums.
The presentation in D2 is very flat. That's probably the best way to describe it. The majority of the game takes place outdoors in snowy mountains with overcast skies. And listen, I love snow levels in games, but the flat grayness of D2's color palette is undeniable. Indoor environments are equally drab. Mountain huts, abandoned mines, metal research facilities. Nothing really pops. There's a bigger house that you take refuge in during Disc 3, and even that doesn't have anything to it that stands out. Maybe the locked room on the second floor with the butterfly collection inside. But yeah, everything is just kinda meh, ordinary. Each disc takes place within its own little map that you'll spend time exploring. They're all not too big. There's never any risk of getting lost. Some of them have a few side paths with some extra items to pick up, but that's about it in terms of exploration. So if D2's areas are so bland, why do they feel so goddamn cozy? Trudging through the snow was one of the most memorable parts of the game for me, except maybe in Disc 3 where you need to walk back and forth multiple times between the same 3 locations. That part of the game does drag a bit, but anyway, I think it's exactly the normalcy and blandness of the locations that makes them so memorable. There are a lot of little details in each area, both indoor and outdoor, outdoors that make them distinct. Each outdoor location has at least one notable visual marker in it: a signpost, an abandoned radio tower, a wooden fence just barely peeking out of the layers of snow, a frozen lake, a rocky underpass. The mountain huts and cabins you shelter in have small details as well: a cozy fireplace, an unmade bed, a dining table with dishes and silverware. Each area feels lived in, and at certain points, I just wanted to curl up inside of this game. There was a lot of care and attention put into making these places feel like real places. The sound design adds to this. Aside from a few musical cues before and after combat, or when finding items lying around, the outdoor environments have no background music. It's just the wind and the sound of your footsteps crunching through the snow. The music kicks in during combat, and these are usually electronic pieces with fast-paced beats, but they also have some piano and strings mixed in, giving them a sense of congruity with the themes that play during story sequences, which are usually soft piano pieces.
The story went on about the relationship between human aggression and instinct, but I couldn't take my eyes off the photograph. I was mesmerized by it. It was exactly what I seen in my vision.
Except for one of the vocal tracks, the rest of the music was composed by Eno himself. The soundtrack to D2 is understated and an excellent fit to the game. As for the rest of the presentation, the character models have the kind of action figure-like movement quality that was common in a lot of Dreamcast games. Still, it lends the Dreamcast a distinct look, so I'm not knocking it. But during some cutscenes, it does look like a character's limb might just fly off with the right janky movement. The character designs themselves are all well done. Some of the outfits...
That was one thing about that era of graphics in video games that I actually liked, and actually would lead to me, seeing things in games like this, and then I'd be going with whatever toys I had and trying to, reassemble them, really go and make them, on my own.
The choices are a bit weird, though. Like, why does Lara only have this suit jacket and skirt with heels to trudge around snowy mountain passes? You could have given her a sleek, professional, pea coat or something, and some boots. And why does Kim not zip up her damn coat in the sub-zero temperatures of northern Canada? These are really nitpicky things, and honestly, I don't know how I turned into my grandmother all of a sudden. Put your coat on, you're gonna catch a cold! The enemy designs were impressive though, with some being pretty gross and disturbing. There are, of course, the monsters that have tentacles and split open, revealing large eyes and gaping maws, but some of the most disturbing ones were the ones with human-like faces on them. Just, ugh. Something about this is really creepy.
Hey, how you doing?
D2's gameplay, like many other games, is broken up into combat and exploration. But this wouldn't be a Kenji Eno game if things weren't a bit complicated. So first, let's look at the combat. Enemy encounters are random. While wandering around outdoors, your view will switch from third to first person, and a short cutscene showing what type of enemy or enemies you're facing will play out. Lara can't move during combat. She stays rooted to wherever she's standing, so it's more shooting gallery-like, as opposed to a pure first-person shooter. Your weapon reticle will appear on screen, and you can freely move it around her current point of view. Aiming at an enemy will also make little boxes appear. These show its weak points. They're usually gray, but will sometimes turn red, showing where a critical hit can be achieved. Critical hits do more damage and also stagger enemies. Enemies don't always like to stay within your field of view, however. Some of them are very mobile and like to jump around. Some can burrow underground and pop up in different locations. Whenever an enemy moves off screen, you'll be prompted to press the X or B button to move your point of view to the left or right. This is similar to the Panzer Dragoon games, where enemies can attack from all sides and you need to swing your camera around to see where they are. If an enemy is not in your current field of view and is about to attack, the arrows next to the button prompt will flash red. If you're fast enough, you can swing the camera and land a critical hit to stagger them out of their attack, though this can be quite difficult depending on the enemy. In the very beginning of the game, you'll only be facing one at a time, but very quickly, you'll start facing off against pairs or groups of enemies. The game never gives you more than 3 at a time to deal with, so that's nice. But it will almost always throw different enemy types at you within these trios. And the variety is pretty good. There are at least 7 different types of main enemies that I counted. And mind you, the game isn't very long, so I was satisfied with this amount. There are a few palette swaps toward the end of the game, but overall, a solid cast of baddies. Getting to know the enemy types and evaluating which ones will be a threat first is key to survival. As for weapons, you start the game with a submachine gun. It's low powered but has unlimited ammo, so you can employ a spray and pray method. Its clip holds 15 bullets, and Lara will automatically reload when it's empty. You can also reload manually with the Y button. You'll also find some other weapons. The shotgun is easily the most powerful in the whole game, but of course take shotgun shells, which you'll have to find and stock up on. The semi-automatic rifle is an upgrade to the SMG with unlimited ammo, but only 10 bullets in its magazine. The shots are stronger though. You also get a handgun, which you pick up later in the game, and I never used. I just didn't see the point with the automatic rifle and the shotgun. The last weapon is the grenade, which you can think of as a screen-clearing move. Aside from a few late-game enemy variations, this will kill all enemies with one use. Grenades are limited and are best saved for dire situations, when you're up against 3 tough enemies at a time, or in the very last area leading to the final boss. Grenades are totally useless against bosses, so don't even bother wasting them. The grenades also have G-bomb written on them, which I thought was pretty funny. The bosses in the game are actually easier than the regular enemies, and the last boss has some pretty novel mechanics to it that I'll talk about more in the spoiler section. Once you get used to the different enemy types and the flow of combat, it becomes simple to manage, but it's still pretty fun. Even though the encounters are random, they aren't too frequent and never felt tiresome. You can also pause combat at any time by bringing up your weapon or item inventory. Pressing the right trigger brings up your weapons, which you can swap between mid-combat, though it will take Lara a few seconds to pull out the new weapon. Pressing the left trigger will bring up...
And hello to Forever Lost here in the chat as we are trying to finish this USS Kitty Hawk model tonight, so that then tomorrow night can be dedicated to painting this beautiful piece right here. Oh, yes, whoa, Nelly. So let's make this go and work it. Hey, come on, let's work it. Look it. Oh, yeah. I'm a bunny. Oh, damn. I'm a bunny. Oh, yeah, it's got a ton of parts. I'll give it that. Ton of parts.
Your item inventory. Using healing items is instant. It also doesn't boot you back to combat when you use the item. You can use multiple healing items with no penalty, so it's easy to get yourself back up to full. This makes combat pretty easy, though healing items are finite, so you don't want to rely on them too much. There's also a trick I found to avoid some fights. Usually, if you're about to enter combat, the sound effects will drop out as the game begins loading the encounter. If you're quick and open one of your menus just as this starts happening, you can then close the menu and you'll have skipped the encounter. It depends on the type and how long it takes to load, so it doesn't always work, but give it a try if you're on a long trek and getting sick of fighting. You do gain experience and level up from combat though, so it's not something you want to try to forego entirely. Leveling up gives you more max health and increases your skill, which I believe is related to the amount of damage you do. The manual just says it raises Lara's skill in battle, and the more she fights, the stronger she becomes. The most practical aspect of leveling up, though, is that it heals you to full whenever it happens, helping you to manage your supply of healing items. You can also use animal meat to heal yourself. In the beginning of the game, you'll be given a hunting rifle. The rifle sits in your item inventory and can be pulled out while exploring to bring up a scope to hunt wildlife. There are rabbits, birds, moose, and caribou that can be hunted, and each one will give you different amounts of meat.
And hello to Nick in the chat here on his break, as we have got this USS Kitty Hawk right here that we are now getting all these little bits and bobs onto the surface before we glue all these pieces together, because we got some pieces right here to take care of. Yes, senor. Si, senor. This is how we do it when we are here, like it's Taco Bell. This is how we quiero Taco Bell. So everybody say hello. As we're looking at D2, another forgotten Sega Dreamcast survival horror game as reviewed by our friend Dungeon Chill.
Meats.
It's hard for us to imagine a
You can also avoid hunting altogether if you don't want to harm the wildlife. You can even just take photos of them with your camera. Anyway, we're kind of transitioning into exploration now, so let's focus on that. This is where things start to get a bit all over the place. Outdoors, you explore from a third-person point of view. You'll also get access to a snowmobile during the second and third discs, but only at certain parts. The snowmobile's good because it moves faster, but it's also hard to control, and you actually get into encounters more frequently. The step counter for the RNG must not be readjusted for the different speed, which makes using the snowmobile, honestly, not so convenient. I actually crashed the snowmobile into a corner at one point, and didn't know that pressing the Y button would reverse it. So I abandoned it and spent one section trudging around on foot when I could have just been riding the snowmobile. But to be honest, it wasn't that bad. Like I said, the areas aren't huge, so I probably only added about 10 or 15 minutes to my playtime by not using it. Indoors, D2 goes back to its more adventure game roots. You move Lara in a first-person point of view from node to node, but you can also hold the Y button to freely look around the environments. There are various free look items scattered about, so you'll want to be sure to look around so you don't miss out on extra health and ammo pickups. So, okay, we've got outdoor third-person exploration, outdoor first-person combat, indoor first-person exploration. Got it. But there is one weird outlier. On the first disc, you'll enter an abandoned mine and be able to explore in first person, but you now have complete freedom of movement. This is a short area, and when I first got here, I thought, oh cool, there will be places like this too, where you'll be indoors, but not in a safe location, because you can still get into...
Well, how goes the model building? It's actually going well. It's just that a matter of these are a lot of little pieces, so you got to be careful with making sure that you get them all in the right place, and that all of them are up on their proper base. So now we can put this up on here in the proper way. And now it's a matter of assembling and gluing these big baby boys together. Oh yeah, that's how we're going to do it right there. And Nick just gifted a channel membership, so now that is another new member for the channel to go and see the new stuff we've been doing, with the Donkey Donk being the one to receive that channel membership. So that is great and fun. That's 2 out of 3. Now all we need is that circulation, some business in the store, and we will have a trifecta for tonight's stream. Will we get that business in the store? Can it happen? Can we get it to happen tonight? Let's see if we can. Let's see if we can make that big boy work. Oh, yes, indeed. And hopefully you don't have to see any, Somalis washing their feet in the toilet again. Yes, something that Nick told us about that, coworkers have really been caught doing, as well as eating soup with their hands.
Random encounters in the mines. So there will be first-person exploration as well. But no, this is the only area in the whole game that does this. Just feels a bit weird. Not while you're actually playing it, but when you think back on it later. They just never do this again. And I really wish they did, because it's a pretty fun section. It's like this was a test idea that they decided not to go with, but then just left in the game anyway. I don't know, just thought I'd point it out. Despite all these different more action-oriented exploration types, D2 still works on an FMV adventure game philosophy. In a lot of places, it will be a matter of finding the right triggers in the right order to advance things, which can be a bit annoying, especially when you're given mostly free reign to explore areas. A good example is the very first area, where you'll have to walk back and forth between the starting cabin and this stone hut, triggering different cutscenes before you can finally go up to the plane crash site. You can go up there right away if you want to, and there are a couple of items to collect, but nothing will happen out of the order that the game wants you to do things. So you may get stuck sometimes trying to figure out exactly what the game wants you to do and when. The other thing to remember about the FMV game philosophy.
And yes, forever. But then again, with all those hot dog stands in New York City, you probably see that going on all the time. With, although yes, eating soup with your bare hands is so damn gross. Just don't. Just don't.
Is that it's more about the story, and you will be sitting through a lot of cutscenes in D2. Speaking of which, this is the perfect place to get into that story. It's a twisted knot of plot points and character interaction, and if you'd rather unravel it yourself, skip to this time. If not, strap in, because things are going to get weird and confusing. Piecing together D2's story is not an easy task, because honestly, there are a lot of plot holes. or just information that the game doesn't give you. Sometimes stuff just happens with no real explanation, and not in a good way. A big inspiration for the story here is John Carpenter's The Thing, a film about an Antarctic research team that encounters a shape-shifting alien.
And all Nick had to say about bringing up those memories is, oh yeah, definitely. Yes. I mean, even the deepest, darkest, poorest areas of Uganda, like the one we saw in that weird-ass movie, Bad Black, that Jason Brandt made fun of, still not as weird as, eating soup with your hands. And yeah, that Code Veronica remake does look good, It's probably also going to lead to a lot of greedy retro game people wanting to go and now have like physical copies of Code Veronica. Now they're going to want to charge, 3 figures for it. Although there's this used game store across from the closest Walmart to me called Disc Replay that actually advertises locally that would probably have copies of Code Veronica for like, $30 or something. Yeah, the 80s thing with the great practical effects. Yes, The Thing will always be one of the best horror movies ever. A classic movie indeed, hell yes. And well, people lament how they wanted to do that prequel from 2011 where it would be practical effects with digital enhancements, only for the studio to then force them to digitally go over and, replace everything they had shot practically with CGI. But if they wanted to see a movie that actually was doing what they wanted to go for, of having practical monsters with digital enhancements, that's all the more the reason why you should give a chance to the Silent Hill movie from 2006. Because that had, for the majority of its screen time, the monsters you see are practical monsters with digital enhancements, except for Pyramid Head, which is all one big CG monster, of course.
An organism. The snowy landscape and alien-human hybrids are clear nods. Also, blood plays an important role in both stories.
I knew so many people that played Code Veronica, they said it was meh. Well, I remember the title. I don't know, something about the title Code Veronica stuck with me. And I would see it advertised. I would see like the strategy guide. Yeah, remember when strategy guides were a thing that was sold in stores? Yeah, there was one of them. And yeah, Code Veronica did look cool. And I had a Dreamcast, but never got to Code Veronica. And we loved Resident Evil 3 when we rented that. I don't know why we never got our hands on the first two, or, even retroactively.
Although The Thing's blood tests are slightly more scientific than D2's if it bleeds green, kill it methodology. And that movie kept things fairly open-ended in terms of who may or may not have been infected and what exactly was going on. But these are big picture things. Ambiguity can work in that approach. And D2 is clearly going for a more ambiguous storytelling style. But D2's ambiguity comes in its details and the logic of events. Like they just forgot to tell us why things are happening. So, I'll do the best I can here. The main story is an apocalyptic horror tale focused on the struggle between the Great Mother and Shadow the Destroyer. Simple enough to dissect. Light and darkness. There you go. Lara is clearly the chosen one who will protect the Earth from this destroyer, and she's contacted by the Great Mother many times throughout the game in these visions where she sees the history of the Earth play out from the time of the dinosaurs and the meteor that wiped them out all the way up to our current nuclear age. The wizard from the airplane is searching for a red, glowing protrusion from the mountainside so he can gestate inside of it and become one with the Great Shadow. He may or may not have been the one who called down the meteor that struck the plane with his chanting in the opening cutscene, but it's never made clear if this was some kind of shadow magic or if this was a thing that was destined to happen and he just knew about it and wanted to be in the right place at the right time. Either way, this conflict is fairly straightforward. Lara is part of all of this because her mother, Lucy Parton, was a scientist who had discovered a human-like winged creature inside the stomach of the remains of a great mammoth. Her team attempted to fertilize Lucy's eggs with sperm collected from the quote-unquote angel they found, and Lara is the result of this experiment. So basically, Lara is half angel. Other nefarious and shadowy organizations wanted to recreate more of these winged humans, but they could never make a perfect specimen like Lucy did with Lara. This is all told to Lara by an AI that has the memories of her mother, who then asks Lara to destroy it so no one else can ever exploit this knowledge, which begins a strangely suggestive boss fight, to say the least. It all ends with Laura confronting the wizard/great shadow who has transformed into a floating blob with eyes. And the final boss fight is very unique, with the shadow creature taking away your vision, your hearing, and finally your ability to move. But of course, Laura prevails and saves the world, assuming you don't suck and didn't die and actually finish the game. So, okay, all of that. A bit weird, but again, straightforward, easy to follow. Not bad. But then there's this whole other side to the story, involving all the other characters and a drug called Linda that crops up throughout the game. Kimberly Fox, the woman who found Laura and a young girl named Janny 8 days after the plane crash, is pretty much addicted to the stuff. She reveals early on that due to the accidental death of her father and the suicide of her mother, that she had turned to drugs in the past to cope. So it stands to reason that she would become addicted to a horribly addictive drug that creates euphoric effects, but can also drive people to overly aggressive behavior. We learn later that the drug Linda is developed from lichen that grows naturally in the area where the plane crashed, and there is a pharmaceutical research lab that you'll visit where you'll meet the creator of Linda. He named it after his dead wife, who he keeps quote-unquote alive through the AI in the computer system of his own lab, similar to how Laura's mother is kept alive in the research facility that you find near the end of the game. This man is Dr. Brenner, who turns out to be the father of David, the man Laura met on the plane and who took care of her during the 8 days that she can't remember. David had received a letter from his father, and that's why he was on the plane in the first place. And so it seems like the lichen used in Linda's production may also be related to the meteorite that struck the plane and the appearance of these alien monsters, right? You know, to tie things together. But the story never really goes in that direction. There are thematic elements in both of these story threads that sort of mirror each other. The fact that abuse of Linda can lead to aggressive behavior and even dissociative moments, like how Kim goes on drug-induced rampages and ends up killing, but she doesn't remember any of it. This is also what causes Janny to run away at one point. So Kim becomes this monstrous version of herself while she's on the drug. And then there's the fact that people are literally turning into monsters, but the game never makes a strong connection. It's possible that because the red growth on the mountain is the source of the shadow, the lichen in the area are tainted by the shadow's presence, which could then be why Linda causes aggression in people. But this is all just my own conjecture. There's no solid evidence for this in the game. The sorcerer, wizard, warlock, whatever you want to call him, has the terrorists take large amounts of Linda before the attack on the plane, and one of them becomes infected. But Kim also takes large amounts of Linda and never becomes infected. Also, Parker, the man who saved Laura and Kim in the beginning of the game, eventually becomes infected, despite never having taken Linda. Going back to Kim and that scene in the beginning where she's violated by the monster, later on you find clones of Kim, one of whom you fight as a boss, and another you find dead in one of the research facilities. Cloning was part of Laura's mother's research, and there are half-completed clones in the lab when you destroy the AI machine that has Laura's mother's consciousness. But it's clear that Kim has never been to this place, or been in touch with the laboratories in any way. The labs are also abandoned, so why would they have clones of her? Where would they have gotten her DNA?
There's not even a hint of an explanation for this.
It could be that the monster created the clones when it stuck its tentacle down her throat. This one does get away, and Kim is shown to be the only person who has been attacked and lived. Maybe this is how they reproduce, but again, these are just my own guesses, and there's no other details or evidence in the story that mentions this. In fact, the monsters themselves are the least developed part of the story. It could all go back to mysticism, and maybe just shadow magic, but again, there's not enough information to make that call. And yeah, some of you might be thinking right now, well, what does it matter if the story is ambiguous? Does it have to answer all of your questions? Can it just be left up to interpretation? Yeah, sure, but like I said when comparing it to The Thing, you still need enough information to allow for plausible speculation about why something is, or what something could be in a story. Here it's just like, well, maybe it could be this, but meh, none of this really makes sense anyway. And there are a couple other reasons why I think this is just a poorly constructed story rather than an ambiguous one. First of all, going back to the 8 days where David helped keep Lara alive. Kim makes a big deal in the beginning of the game about Lara's missing memories, and she's always wondering what happened during that time. Like there's some bigger significance to these 8 days. So because the game was making such a big deal out of it, so I thought, oh man, David and Lara must have been on some kind of adventure that ties together all of these story bits and wraps everything up. Surely some wacky shenanigans and hijinks must have ensued. You're also left wondering where David is during the course of the game. Is he out there doing some awesome FBI shit? Are we going to eventually find him? But no, near the end of the game, when Lara finally pieces together her memories, it turns out she's just laid there for 8 days while David suffered from his own injury and took care of her. And apparently Janny, though Janny doesn't appear in any of the memory sequences. You're just left with Lara's point of view looking up at the snowy sky. Also, David succumbs to his injury and dies.
I can't hold on much longer. I'm not gonna make it. Not with this injury. Don't look at me like that. It's okay, Laura. I'm not afraid of dying now. Laura, I want you to do something for me. Leave me here and go.
That's why he's not around for the rest of the game. So it all turns out to be a big letdown. Those 8 days did not matter at all. And also, I'll just throw this here because I don't know where else to bring this up, but a lot of the first half of the game is focused on finding Janny and contacting Janny, figuring out what Janny knows, but there ends up being nothing important or consequential about her. She ends up getting killed by the shadow and like folding into herself, which is a fucked up, almost Lynchian Twin Peaks The Return kind of scene. I mean, it looks awesome and really weird, but as a character, she has no story significance. So, as I pointed out, both sides of the story have strong moments that could have been even stronger if they were pulled together in some more cohesive or even some more thematically relevant kind of way. Like the mirroring between the monsters and abuse of Linda making you more aggressive, or the lichen and the shadow, or Kim and her clones and the cloning that was going on at Lara's mother's lab. There are a lot more instances of this as well throughout the narrative, but as it stands, everything is just kind of reflective, but not really meaningful. So it all ends up being a bit frustrating. I feel like individual parts of this story are strong, and the threads of it are interesting. I enjoyed watching most of these cutscenes. I think it was mostly out of awe of the fact that a lot of it doesn't really focus on the main story, and are just these moments of melodrama and character interaction. But even with that, a lot of the impact is undone by the flimsy dialogue. The voice acting isn't awful though, and it's fun to watch in a so bad it's good kind of way, but yeah, the actual plot points just don't come together in any satisfying way. Even at the very end, Lara just gets sent back to before the flight even took place. She has memories of everything that happened, but none of the other characters do. She meets David again and calls out his name, but he has no idea who she is. Oh yeah, speaking of that, characters speaking. From the beginning of the game, you're led to believe that Lara is a silent protagonist. When people ask her questions, she just kind of hums or grunts in response.
You wouldn't want to lose it. It's from your mother, isn't it, Laura? By the way, were you having a nightmare or something? You were mumbling and talking in your sleep. Are you all right? Well, I don't fly too well myself.
Which does feel awkward, but okay, she's a silent protagonist. That's a video game choice. Fine. But then, near the end, she talks. She has to say her name to enter the lab.
Please state your name. Please state your name.
This is Laura. Laura Parton.
And she cries out David's name at the very end.
David!
So she could talk the entire time. She was just being a fucking weirdo. It's another thing that just undermines the whole story when you look back on it. I don't know. I don't hate this story. It just feels so incomplete. Like they had all the pieces and just refused to put it together in a skillful way. It also gets way too up its own ass with all the imagery of war and death and human suffering. And the last 5 minutes are just title cards of facts about pollution, hunger, war, overpopulation, and so on. Where did all of this come from? The story sets itself and some of its characters up to go places and develop in interesting ways, but then just drops the ball with everything. Again, I don't know. I just see a lot of wasted potential when I think back on D2's story. This is, of course, only my interpretation of the story. There are for sure a lot of people out there who have played this game more than I have. So if you've got your own thoughts or noticed things I've missed, by all means, let's discuss in the comments. Keep it civil, of course, but yeah, a lot of this story is clearly left open, so there are multiple ways to look at things.
I can't keep track of all my subscriptions, but my BFF Experian can.
D2 is a janky, convoluted, schizophrenic mess of a game that I absolutely adore. I'd never played it prior to making this video, and now it's honestly become one of my favorites. Despite the story being frustratingly detached from itself, I still liked the individual moments. It's just when you stop and reflect and try to put it all together that it all falls apart. The gameplay also feels separated from itself, with combat being first-person shooting galleries and exploration being third-person outdoors, then first-person adventure game style indoors, except for that one mine section when you get to move around freely in first person. And that's the whole thing, really. Both in its story and gameplay, D2 is very at odds with itself. But that's what makes it fascinating. This script took me a long time to write because I had so much trouble wrestling with all the incongruities in this game. But I think because of that, it really just makes me want to play it again. It also has a cozy feel to it. Wandering through the snow is quiet and strangely comforting. Once you get the hang of combat, the threat of it isn't so anxiety-inducing and actually has benefits thanks to the XP system. The character conversations are, for the most part, soft and slow-paced, but then you get these out-of-nowhere bursts of violence and hysteria. I find the whole thing entrancing. Mostly because it's a wonder how this jangly mess of gameplay and story moments manages to hang together at all. Many games have done this kind of storytelling, combining touching character development with larger post-apocalyptic themes. But there's something that's so unique about the way D2 does it. It's like greater than the sum of its parts, but then also its individual parts are better than the whole. I really don't know. I'm struggling to define this game to myself, which is okay, because in the end, that's what makes it fascinating and worth playing. Whew. So yeah, that's D2. Thanks for listening to me ramble on about it. Like I said, it was a really tough script to write because of just how at odds with itself the whole game is. But I really did like it, and I enjoyed making this video. So thank you so much for watching. Those of you who are still watching right now, please leave a like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. I have a Twitter if you want to follow me on there. Next, we're going to finish up this weird little Kenji Eno trilogy with Enemy Zero on the Saturn, which actually came out before D2, but I decided to do D and D2 first, so, you know, whatever. Enemy Zero next time. So, for now, D2.
Yeah, that was a lot of Greenpeace stuff, but now, since I brought it up, let's go and show you all our friends Jason Brandt and their reaction to Bad Black, because that is one for the ages.
From the same creators comes Bad Black. Yes. I know nothing else about it except it's the same dude. Do I need to say anything else?
No, and we don't need beer for this, but we have beer for this, thanks to Scott and Kathy. Yeah. Humble Giant Hazy Double IPA. It's an 8.7 from Twin Oast Brewing in Ohio.
Ohio?
Let's do this, baby.
Ohio, come on, rock.
Who sent the movie?
Oh yeah, we have two copies of this. One has no name, and one is from Random Internet Guy.
Yes.
Oh, okay, so it's in New York City.
But is this the movie or is this their logo?
Like an intro?
Whoa!
I don't care. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Wait. Did I rip the wrong thing?
Is this like behind the scenes?
Just letting us know that despite its realism, it was just a movie.
Oh, no, this is just their little Paramount.
Best of the best.
Okay, I was a little concerned.
I mean, I'm already hooked.
Oh, he's back.
It's VJ right back at you.
Yeah, the VJ's back.
I'm 52 years old. Last month, I caught my wife crying in the bathroom because I couldn't get hard in bed. She wouldn't even look
Interesting choice of commercial break for this video.
at me anymore. We're basically roommates.
Kampala, Uganda. The other one was in a village, so here we're actually in the city.
Got city money now.
This is the Swaz. Swaz means Schwarzenegger.
Oh, all right. So we got Schwarzenegger here.
Okay.
His wife is in the hospital. She's dying.
I love it. They just tell you what's happening. Throughout the whole movie.
You don't need audio.
No.
Swaz! He has a gun!
And go on, shoot!
Good Lord, what's happening?
Or as RJ says, what his interest in this video is. Erin with both her hair down and her shorts on, already starting well. And well, then knowing what kind of freaky deaky things you're bringing up, I bet Papa that you also are hoping that she shows feet. What is it with men and women's feet on the internet? I don't get it. I don't get that whole foot thing. I don't know. I can look at some ladies' big jangly feet or whatever and be like, oh yeah, I got to get my mouth on those. And I'm paraphrasing Andrew Dice Clay right there when he would do that joke, but I don't get that whole gay thing. I don't know how you can look at another guy's hairy ass on the beach and think, oh, I got to get up in there.
Whoa, Swars, stop.
Open!
Cardboard wall!
We couldn't find a room with a wall.
I have a key. Ugandan key.
Oh. I have a key. Ugandan key. Whoa!
Kid's alive. Might wish he was now. These guys know how to make movies.
It's a big heist. The winner takes it all.
The VJ makes it what it is, though.
And hello to Donnie right there, yes. But Ed Forever says, I don't get that whole feet thing either. Exactly. And yes, the Ugandan key is a great key, but remember, since Forever's a New Yorker, he's probably used to seeing, people enter homes with keys like that in New York.
Hey! This is Captain Alex!
Yeah?
What?
Captain Alex!
Oh! Captain Alex! Well, we know who shot him.
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger.
Well, that question's answered.
Are you?
I wonder if Arnold knows he killed Captain Alex.
Oh, did you?
Hold on, like 30 seconds.
Yeah, well, these movies are fast-paced, man.
Yeah.
You can't be pulling a Becky.
Oh! Did Schwartz get shot through the door?
No.
Wakari the studios in Atete, Uganda.
My gosh, this guy.
This has the pacing of a TikTok video from start to finish.
Yeah, you're right. Schwa's on the run.
So he's supposed to be a good guy, or is he a criminal? I mean, obviously he's a criminal, but
he was doing it to save, was it his wife or his mom?
His sick wife or something? Yeah.
So he's Robin Hood.
That was a very Schwarzenegger move. The tete?
Oh, that was a wiggly wall.
Wasn't a great wall.
He doesn't fit.
I think it was connected at one point.
Oh gosh.
Oh, the balls!
Bombs!
My bum.
My bums. Oh gosh. Oh
Okay.
gosh.
I'm going to go with Schwartz is not a good guy since he's massacring cops
Yeah.
by the dozens. So he's going to try to find the kid who has the money. And the kid has to escape Ugandan Schwarzenegger.
VJ Emmy is like the original, like so bad it's good commentary. Because he's just watching this movie.
He's doing what we're doing,
Yeah.
but funnier.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah, I don't need, there's nothing funny to say. This is just awesome.
No.
Oh gosh.
Oh, that tree really messed that car.
Yeah. Oh.
Why?
Whoa.
Schwartz.
Whoa. This is a TikTok video. You're right. It's so fast.
Is he gonna blow the car up?
Yeah, I think he's shooting his own car.
So
that was the opening. I need a
What?
cigarette.
My God.
Ooh. Okay, girl.
Damn, they found the hottest girl in the village. She agreed to be in the movie.
Okay, girl.
She's dwarfing him.
She's in big heels. stupid brother keeps messing it all up.
It looks nicer than Baltimore.
Yeah, it's cleaner.
There's more commerce happening.
Yeah, less rats.
Go home. Get out.
Oh, whoa! Is that the doctor?
Are we doing science in that hut?
Hey, whoa! He's swinging haymakers.
Ghetto fighters.
Some of this choreography is not the worst, actually.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it's Jason Bourne on TikTok. Throw her out?
Damn.
The child? She's 9.
Who is this? Did they kick her out? Or she leave? Yep.
Oh,
no,
oh
no,
my.
I don't like this movie anymore.
Why?
Is that 3 dudes on one bike?
So much.
Wow.
That's some acting.
Wow.
As he said, I was too young, and then I had to work on the streets, and now it's...
Okay, what?
Is this like a support group for street children?
I don't know.
Are you turning it up so you can hear the dialogue?
Or the crickets.
I want to hear the performance here.
Yeah. Yeah, he's putting them to work.
I chose this life, no regrets.
Yeah.
You're 8.
Got a music number and everything.
They're feeling it too. That's a Rugrats shirt.
Huh.
I don't know how much Rugrats they have in Uganda.
A lot donated or just things that didn't sell. They send the extra to
Yeah.
poor countries to sell
Maybe.
them cheap. They get a write off or something.
Cheap. Whoa! Man, life is rough in the Hollywood ghetto. Jeez.
I don't know if that's acting. I've seen her acting.
Burn her? What happened to? What is this called? Black.
Bad Black.
Bad Black.
I don't know who's Bad Black.
I don't.
Schwartz?
Schwartz.
I think he's dead.
He caught fire then died.
Yeah, I thought he died in the fire.
This went from like fantasy to like harsh
Whoa.
reality real fast.
Learn how to beg, children.
Yeah, this is like a documentary. Hey.
Who the hell is this?
Boss man.
What happened to the aspect ratio?
Brother, I think you're onto something. This is City of God, but for Africans. Yes, for Ugandans in particular.
Yeah, what happened?
Oh yeah, it's all.
Listen, doctor, it's sure I'm my commando, okay? Come. I can kill you right now, okay?
This is the boss they beg for?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
What the?
Wow.
What did you...
We're shooting kids.
I don't remember Captain Alex being this intense.
The VJ has been shockingly silent.
Yes.
Yeah, he doesn't even know what to say.
He's like, God damn.
He's like, shit. This is dark.
Whoa.
What do I
We're
say?
making another fun movie, guys.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Butter knife stabbing.
Rugrats kid is gonna get in there and kill this guy. A butter knife.
I'm a commander, you cannot kill me. You can't kill me.
Savage.
I'm the captain now. Look at me.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh.
Is he going to be the leader?
Okay.
What happened to the money?
I'm only assuming it's been well invested and it's worth even more now.
So your name is now Betty, okay?
That's an American, though.
Yeah.
That is an American.
America's Van Damme. All right, so we got Van Damme now.
Dr. Van Damme.
The doctor has an assistant. Wesley Snipes.
Yeah.
He looks so young in this.
Later after.
Hey, clean all that up, Wesley. Don't make a mess. Wesley Snipes.
My dog was a commander.
Dog and what?
And what? Yeah.
You have
My dog was
a
commander.
commando dog?
Yeah, he's asking the same thing we are.
The VJ is like, this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, what's this American saying?
Is he dead? Oh, this is Uganda. I thought he's dead.
Oh.
What? Oh my gosh. There's so much in that scene right there. Kid kicks him. The VJ's like, well, he could have been. I mean,
I thought he was.
you know, it is Uganda.
It's 10 years later. Now all the ghetto kids are grown-ups.
Oh, okay. I'm glad he said this.
Okay.
10 years for this guy?
It's been a hard 10 years.
Yeah.
He's like,
He's been beat up a little bit.
Happy 14th birthday.
It's been a hard 10.
I'm Bad Black.
Bad Black.
Oh.
She's Bad Black?
She's the one who killed.
Oh, she's the gunman?
He's rich.
So
the rich man.
Okay. He looks like a rich man. He has a watch.
Oh, yeah.
Good point.
Oh, it's the same man.
He just said the same thing.
I like this guy. The VJ is like, he's our people.
They are beautiful, but deadly.
Oh.
She's been holding this grudge for a long time.
Yeah, she has. You know what? I'm down. I'm into it.
You like the long-term petty revenge.
Play the long game. That's right.
What?
Ooh. Don't sleep with the poor girl.
Yeah.
That filth.
The other girlfriends.
The other girlfriend.
Oh, this is getting good.
This is getting great.
So is she not?
Forever asks, is this really a movie? It doesn't seem that way. Well, it looks like a movie, just one that has no chill and that has, all kinds of mood swings.
On filth?
She dressed like money.
Oh, baby, it's nasty. I love you.
Oh, that might have been real slow.
That was a real hit.
That might have been a real one.
They may have recorded this without anybody knowing it's a movie.
But how can you train me? I'm a doctor. I don't know anything.
He's Wesley Snipes, you idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is everybody getting slapped?
Hello.
Get the hell out of here.
No.
Wesley Snipes is the best.
Oh
I believe in you.
Okay.
my gosh.
What is happening?
What the hell?
What?
Yeah, exactly. It's a training montage with Little Man?
Wesley Snipes has to train Van Damme how to be a commando.
Aaron, it's not little guy, it's Mr. Snipes to you and me.
I love Wesley Snipes.
She hates you. That's my friend was poo poo.
That was shit water.
Yeah, it was.
What? Yeah, this guy was giving babies vaccines like 10 minutes ago. What's happening?
Yeah.
So he's really running around with poo pants?
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Yeah, cook him alive. Good grief.
It's good for commandos.
But I like this. It's my favorite.
You're not a civilian.
Hey.
This kid is awesome. He's the best actor in the movie, by the way.
Yes.
I have to drink this?
Yes.
This is 5 movies in one.
Hello. The Karate Kid.
What?
Whoa.
Oh, kid.
He is Wesley Snipes.
Maybe some candy bars.
Snipes.
Oh.
This kid.
What? He slapped his gut.
This kid. That's excellent, Van Damme.
Who is this?
Van Damme.
It's the American Van Damme.
They said.
They just found a white guy in Uganda who agreed to kick a lettuce.
Yeah.
Feed the cows.
Okay.
Oh, shoot.
We need a Foley for the cow.
Yeah, right.
Mwone kumafuta g'ennyonyi ayoose.
He just carries jet fuel.
Jet fuel. Might have given him real jet fuel.
He looked like he was having a good time.
Alan Isali, Moseja wa Kabaka. Now he's commando.
Oh,
That's the guy.
It is.
that's the doctor guy?
Cut his hair.
That's Van Damme?
And shaved.
That's cool.
Oh.
Holy.
He's getting his ass beat by the first guy he encountered.
He's winning. He's winning.
He's losing.
He kicked him in the shin.
That which would hurt like a bitch.
The white guy's actually a pretty good physical actor.
Why would you go to Uganda?
Well, because he saw Who Killed Captain Alice.
Oh, that's a good point.
I gotta
He was
get
like,
on this.
There's a new Spielberg in town.
Long Island kick.
Gotta go to Wakaliwood. What is he trying to do?
Oh,
Oh!
Da poo poo.
I can't do it.
You can do it. It took years to be tough.
Years? You're 8, 7.
I can go.
do it.
I can do it.
Go back. Go.
I love this kid.
This kid is like every drill sergeant you've ever seen in a military movie if he was an 8-year-old Ugandan boy. I think Arlie Irby would be intimidated by this kid. Seriously.
This kid, man.
That's fast.
That's fast. This VJ's amazing.
Oh, good idea.
No. Okay, just give me one.
You're not pregnant yet.
This guy's hard up.
Wait. He said the rich and the poor should get together and become families, but
he hates them. He calls them filth.
Right.
Oh, is that
the poo-poo stream.
Is it poo-poo?
It looks like it.
It's da poo poo.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
This.
It's so good.
It is so good.
You're gonna need it.
Is that the grandma who gave her away or didn't or?
Oh, is that grandma and then the uncle?
Yeah.
Oh,
okay. The insults in this movie.
So good.
What?
Whoa. The age doesn't even make sense.
The grandfather? She's marrying the grandfather?
Did she know? Who knew? I didn't know.
She's acting like she knew.
Did they beat the rat? Did they? I'm going to vomit.
Beat the rat means
Smexy time?
yeah.
Oh.
Beat the rat.
Oh shit.
They didn't even have to translate that.
Yes, everyone knows.
You know her?
Who was this nuts?
What?
Wait.
Huh?
So you were a commando?
Or is he talking to the police?
Smart. You'll be mad too if you can only act in Uganda.
Damn.
Wow.
Damn. Just shat on the actor.
This guy is awesome.
In the poo-poo.
In da poo poo.
Oh, yeah.
Double wheel.
We got cut out of her and everything.
He came to finish her off. She finished him off.
Like she did the grandfather.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
I was thinking that too.
Yep.
What's the expression? Mushing rats?
Beat the rat.
Beat the rat.
Yeah, beat the rat.
Maybe he's trying to lose the plot a little bit.
How? It's so clear.
Clear as the poo poo stream.
It's so much poo-poo in this movie.
200 days since our last customer service meltdown.
Oh, because we're not just responding, but resolving issues faster with ServiceNow.
So, causation or correlation?
Which do you think?
Causation. Knew it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Under a moon so bright, King Bear soaked in his kingdom and wished it all good.
Ooh. the poo poo. No more poo poo.
The poo-poo!
Why is she back in the filth?
No.
She's uptown now.
Oh yeah.
Uptown girl.
That's beautiful, Brad.
Hello.
Oh, is that
Oh no!
Oh.
Not the poo-poo pipe.
Oh
It's
no.
like freaking Shawshank. Whoa!
Whoa.
What is going on?
Police.
And just collect a normal poo poo.
You're right. The choreography is
In some of the fights, it's not bad.
way better than you would expect for what we're watching.
America's best action is star. You got any cobra?
Ugandan Cobra.
He's gonna kill us. A new warrior on the block.
Why is he doing this?
I don't know.
He wants his shit back.
Dance. Ugandan dance.
That guy getting shot is the Ugandan dance.
Oh, hit himself in the face. That sounded metal.
He probably fell into something metal. That gun is certainly not.
That barrel, like.
It bobs and weaves.
Yeah. That's what this is all for?
Oh, the dog tags because they were his dad's?
Yeah.
This is who you're looking for. You're under arrest, and I have my dog tags.
He had that gun straight to her head.
I have my dog tags.
Okay.
Those Americans.
Hello.
Oh, damn. Jeez.
I swear she's throwing punches for real.
Godzilla. Fan of bad black.
Oh, okay, they're pals now.
Yeah, because she has money?
What? I feel like I've said like 3 words the entire episode.
Those 3 words are da poo poo.
Duh. Well, that's only 2 words.
What?
Da and poo. Just repeat the second word.
Oh, wow, okay. Actually.
That's a technicality.
Actually.
Where's Wesley?
Yeah, right.
I know, he should be
Wesley
slapping the shit out of these guys.
The actor who played Wesley is like legit, like the president of Uganda today.
Yeah.
Okay, I put to sleep.
Oh, 2 to the head.
Who are these jabrones?
Yeah. Original. You get the black one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Prison break.
Huh?
Superzilla. She's loose. Superzilla's loose.
Here comes Supazilla.
Superzilla's loose.
Superzilla. Oh.
Prison riots. Women.
Okay.
These guys came out of a tent.
Oh.
Surprise. Wait,
Are they
that's a
banging?
woman.
They were banging.
Superzilla. Superwoman.
Oh, Supazilla.
Superwoman.
She's crushing fools.
Mm-hmm.
She'll destroy.
What's Kampala?
Some city. I think they're making a Godzilla joke.
Oh.
To the brick wall.
Yeah. Where's Wesley?
And hello to Kim from all the way down under as we are assembling this USS Kitty Hawk aircraft carrier right here, getting all these little details on here assembled so then we can have the main body of this big boy finished tonight.
He'd fix this so fast. Oh, she karate chopped. Oh my gosh.
Knocked him into poo poo.
Was that a neck snap? Neck.
What?
Neck.
She snapped his neck.
That's like your neck and your leg at the same time.
Wow.
I mean, when Godzilla hits you, that's what happens.
Yeah.
It just all breaks.
Whoa.
Oh, God.
Whoa, he's Rambo.
They told him he was Rambo.
That's right.
No.
Well, you don't get to spit
No.
out everybody's name.
Blue Sweeties. Hey, yo. Bill Murray.
Bill Murray. Bill Murray.
Oh.
Zoe
Bell. Wow.
Yeah, who's Zoe Bell?
Got a shout out.
She's a stunt woman who's
Oh.
the star of Death Proof.
Her release paper.
She has flicker boot.
Yeah. Get you in your
Hey,
boob out of
freak.
here.
Forget it, girl.
Get your out of here.
Oh.
Wow.
What?
Oh. What's her father?
Oh.
Oh.
And he loved Flavia very much.
Oh, that was a woman in prison?
No.
No,
It
that's,
doesn't look like her,
that's
but
the rich man's daughter.
Oh.
It's the rich man's daughter that he sent away. This guy beats his family.
Right. Oh.
oh, okay. So we do like her.
That's grandma.
Yep.
Flavia is Bad
Is
Black's mother.
Mother. Oh, whoa, this is not good.
Oh no.
Still a bastard.
Oh, he took it to Schwartz's.
Oh. She died.
She died from the news. Okay.
She died from sad.
Oh.
Also, they didn't kill him. He killed himself.
Yeah.
True. After he wiped out half the force.
Yes, he deserved to be killed.
That was a worse massacre than in the Terminator.
Told you.
Oh.
It's the mother.
That's Flavia?
That's the mother, right?
Yeah.
Told you.
I told you.
I said it, and so you said no. I said that's her mom. Eaten alive in Uganda. Yes, I am ready, actually.
Are we gonna go to Uganda?
That's right, bitch. Hollywood.
Kicking up the dirt as I pull up my skirt. When I walk by, they all on alert. Eeny, meeny, many more, you could be first. Left foot, right foot, jaywalk. Jaywalk.
We the people.
Welcome to Hollywood.
Aaron, it was Bad Black. So bad it's good.
That was a pleasant surprise and definitely gets the stamp. I don't know how much of a surprise it is. Knowing that this came from Who Killed Captain Alex,
Yeah.
I feel like we kind of knew. I didn't understand most of the movie.
No.
And not because it's subtitled, so you can read along. The people, what's the story? Who's the American? Why he's there? I don't know. He cares about his dog tags. He gets his dog tags, but yet she's in court. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I think that is hilarious.
Okay. Brian?
Where do I start? I'm gobsmacked. Like, this movie smacked me in my gob.
Threw you in the poo-poo.
Threw me in the poo-poo. It's a ride. You don't watch the movie. You hang on to it and try to keep up.
It is not boring.
No. It gets a stamp from me, although it should have some of the poo-poo around it. No. For this one. Yeah, dude. I think we need to watch it back at like half speed or something. It's dense. It's action packed.
It's dense.
Like the movie itself is action packed. Then you get the video jester on top of it, just narrating his own take on it, and it's. I need a break. I need to take like a nap.
It kind of helps some of the things he says.
It does.
Because this is incomprehensible. for the most part.
Yeah.
Loved it. It's not quite as insane as Who Killed Captain Alex with the helicopters and the green screen and all that, but it's still madness. Little Wesley Snipes beating the shit out of an American dude to turn him into a commando in a storyline that goes absolutely nowhere.
Doesn't matter.
It's pure glory. These guys are geniuses. Geniuses. Ugandan slums making badass movies starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, Van Damme, and Wesley
Snipes. Yep.
Can't beat it.
I think Brian nailed it with Dense and TikTok.
And now let's look at Wings Hauser.
I've got a lot of good news for this one. First, Wings Hauser is in it.
Oh.
Second, it's a PM Entertainment movie.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Third, Wings Hauser directed this.
What?
This is called The Art of Dying. We have 2 copies from Scott and Kathy, a VHS and a DVD, because he really, really wants us to watch this one. And they also sent us killer beers to make the whole experience great.
Yeah. Juniper, split open, and melt.
10%.
Ay,
That's
ay, ay.
Coming in with the sax right away.
This is a muted trumpet.
Coming in with a muted trumpet right away.
Hey, no one tells me to shut the fuck up! Hey, fuck you, man!
Hey, this is how we talk to each other.
Literally.
It sounds like David O. Russell directing his actresses. Yes, Wings Hauser never missed. And if you want to see other films with Wings Hauser's work behind the camera, there was the acclaimed Vietnam drama called Uncommon Valor, which actually was co-written by Wings Hauser. Yeah, it's this early 80s movie where Gene Hackman recruits a bunch of old military friends of his to go into Vietnam to try to rescue his son, who's been held as a prisoner of war by the Vietnamese communists since the fall of Saigon after the Vietnam War ended. Yeah, that was a big thing that there was campaigning for in the early 80s, how there were still thousands of American servicemen still being held captive by the fucking Vietnamese communists out there between that movie, but also Rambo 2, and also this one novel I have called Mission MIA that I read, and also Uncommon Valor was a movie like that. And that was a serious as a heart attack Vietnam drama with explosions in it, that with starring Gene Hackman, but also it's co-written by Wings Hauser, and as an extra bonus, Reb Brown is in the film as a demolition expert. Yes, Reb Brown. Thick McRunfast himself, the real Captain America from the TV movies of the 70s. What was it? Bridge Large Meat, Roll Thistlebee, Big McLarge Huge, Smoke Man Muscle, Punch Speed Chunk. All the other nicknames they gave him, Mystery Science Theater 3000, when they made fun of the Reb Brown masterpiece, Space Mutiny. The man who looked like Ryan O'Neal on steroids, like Ryan O'Neal if he played football in college, which Reb Brown did. He played for USC during one of their Rose Bowls where they humiliated Michigan. The man of the almighty scream, Reb Brown. And if you do not know who I'm referring to, I will show you this. This is all you need to know about the invincible manliness of Reb Brown.
Warning, what follows is the manliest thing ever recorded on film. Your balls may drop off in shame at the mere knowledge that you will never in your entire life do something half this manly.
Yes, that is the way of Reb Brown. I hope you now are as big a fan of Reb Brown as we all are of Wings Hauser. And of course, our friends over there at Jason Brandt's channel has also reviewed a bunch of Reb Brown films, including Space Mutiny. Ah! Yep, so manly. And lucky for us, Reb Brown is still alive, and he does conventions. If I ever saw Reb Brown at a convention, it would be, it would take everything for me to go to approach him and be able to try to scream, to try to match his scream.
Oh, hey, dude.
That's got to be Wings.
in the skivvies?
Yeah, no, parking like a dickhead.
Oh.
Aaron and I were looking at the. He must work out.
That was just crazy for about 2 minutes.
It was.
Well, Wings directed it, so I expect chaos.
Wrap around, hold on tight, squeeze it real right. Low down, juicy cream.
Was this supposed to be a male character?
Yeah.
Women talk like that, right?
All the time.
Aaron's constantly talking about trim.
Wrap around you, hug tight, trim.
Yeah. I mean, you have to edit it out all the time.
Yeah, kind of sick of it.
Stay here, do you hear me?
I have a feeling Vic is gonna whoop your ass.
Last Boy Scout, and we saw him in a movie here, Rapid Fire, with Brandon Lee.
Oh, don't do that. You want to act like a man?
That's a big man.
Yeah, he's huge.
Yeah. I wouldn't slap that guy.
I would.
I wouldn't slap that guy if all four of us were standing there ready to fight.
Maybe if you had a gun.
What are you gonna do? Cut me?
She's a knife?
That's how concerned he is. She's trying to stab him. He's like, what are you going to do?
With a bottle in the other hand.
Yeah.
That sounds like my father if he drank.
This relationship is
pretty awesome.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Very large man. He is huge.
I would love to go out to dinner with them.
You want to press charges? Hey, she don't want to press nothing.
Yes, I do, you son of a bitch.
She did everything. He didn't even get out of the chair.
No.
Oh, he's throwing trim out of the way, left and right.
Dang.
Yeah, dude is huge.
Whoa. And remember, Wings is not small. Throw him out the fucking window.
Uh-oh, you might be right.
Oh, good lord.
Oh.
What are you gonna
What are
do?
you gonna do?
Is she stabbing him? Oh!
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Jesus.
Whoa, whoa!
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Wings threw the wife out the window. Oh my god!
I was not ready for that.
Oh.
What is happening?
Whoa!
There was a lot.
Okay, this might be the best movie of all time.
I think you wheezed when you said it.
I might have.
From this point of view, she looks pretty damn subdued, huh?
If they're cops, why didn't she have a gun?
Yeah.
Why'd she pick up a knife and start stabbing him? So they went there for a domestic dispute and killed both people.
What the? Why? Why? Why?
Ew.
Why?
Bobby, now is now.
He said that really weirdly, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah.
Wow, that's now.
Oh boy, what are we recording? Russian roulette? It's also not how you check a gun. I don't just dry fire it unless see if something happens.
You want to play, you smelly fox? Okay, let's play. You and me, let's play. Bobby.
Yeah, are we recording a snuff film?
Yeah.
Play the fear. You're about to pick up a gun, put it to your head, and pull the trigger.
What?
What did we just watch? I'm getting nervous. This is ridiculous. It's what's the phrase? No holds bar, whatever. Is that right?
Yes,
Yep.
What the heck is going on?
An awesome movie. It's called The Art of Dying. Apparently that's a literal title. I thought it was just like a ridiculous 80s,
Yeah.
you know. No, they're recording people dying. Can I write the novelization of this?
How you feel about that, Aaron?
Aaron has gone bye-bye.
She's having fun for like 5 minutes.
Christmas. Hollywood.
What was that delivery?
Christmas.
In the weirdest way possible.
Presents.
That was a delivery.
Yeah.
He said that.
I would have.
gonna start over.
What is this guy?
So is he recruiting talent?
Yes.
You just got to believe me.
Gotta believe me. I want a baby.
That's why you don't want to have a baby. You're married to the police department, not me.
Oh God. She's bad. Oh. You're married to the police department, not me.
How about that delivery?
Yeah.
Yours, hers, I mean, all of it.
Bullshit.
Go to trashy lingerie on La Cienega.
Yeah.
So Wing's direction was be as gay as possible.
Yes.
Sweetheart, that's scum. He's a pimp. You know what a pimp is? A pornographer?
Wait, what?
That's not the same thing.
Right.
Before you become another hooker in a body bag, all right? Just get the hell out of here.
But that's what I came here to do.
You squashed my dream.
He's walking into 8mm right now. Actually, kind of is 8mm.
The villain looks like if Richard Cheney was a Bond villain. Yeah, I could actually see that.
What the heck?
You know what that is. That was the bestiality room.
Need some cash. Why don't you come to me? God damn it, Janet.
Who's this?
He knows her?
Janet.
It's Janet.
Yeah.
She looks like a Janet.
That wasn't the chick in the restaurant.
Nah.
Oh,
What?
that's Sarah Douglas.
Who?
Superman 2, she's one of the villains. And Beastmaster 2, she's the sorceress, which is also the Beastmaster he's in.
No.
Remember, she keeps trying to team up with him, and he's like, shut up, wench.
That's right.
That's Sarah Douglas.
How about that?
So cool.
And this dude's from Scrooged.
Yeah.
He's the homeless guy who freezes to death. With the watch in his hand. We've watched Scrooge 80 times.
Know.
Oh, damn it, Aaron.
My tens.
You what?
Can I see one?
Why is this creepy?
The whole movie's creepy.
They focused a lot on her and this chick. I feel like if we don't see them the rest of the film, it'll just be kind of
a
bad movie.
Imagine
like
that.
a PM Entertainment movie. I almost didn't pick this because Brian and I just watched a PM Entertainment movie like 2 weeks ago. But it's Wings Hauser. So he's living on the beach on a cop's salary. What is this, Lethal Weapon?
Don't move. And don't make a sound.
Who's that?
Kathleen Kinmont. We saw her on the show in Phoenix the Warrior.
Come on, lady. Put me on my misery. Pull the goddamn trigger.
I thought this was like his wife or girlfriend. They're like role playing.
Bang.
Yep.
Oh,
sexy time.
Goodness sakes.
Sexy time.
There's your sexy
So
time.
he's directing this movie, and now he's going to bang Kathleen Kinmont.
Yep.
Smooth move. Smooth move.
Yep.
I think that's my shirt, isn't it?
He hopes it's a shirt.
Excuse me. I think that's my bra, too, isn't it?
That was a slick line.
Bram, I think those are my pants. It's eating her face.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Ugh. Gross.
Oh,
It's gonna get grosser, trust
so we're getting the whole scene.
Yeah.
He's like grabby.
This took 8 days to film.
Oh my.
I know they done wrong, but their paws are one.
Is that her? I don't think that's her.
Yeah.
Is it?
She aged 5 years
What the
in the walk.
I don't think that's her. I think this is a new character.
She's in deep shit either way.
She's in a Wings Hauser film.
Mhm. She's either getting banged by him or getting horribly murdered.
Oh my. Yeah.
She crimp her hair too?
It's cramped, baby.
Can you crimp your hair for next week?
We have a crimper.
Do it.
What are you doing?
What is going on?
This is ridiculous.
What the hell?
That really tickled Aaron.
Oh, he missed him with every shot.
Wait. Oh, I see in the. Oh gosh.
Oh geez. Oh gosh.
Oh! Whoa!
Oh, he got his ass! I think this was a vanity project.
Yes!
The segue was amazing.
Oh, is that jam? Oh, wings.
Poor Kay.
How do you make a sex scene with Kathleen Kinmont gross? Oh,
This is how you do it.
He's chugging milk. Oh,
Oh!
Jesus. Well, her boobs are huge.
Big.
Yep. This is how you ruin it.
What is this?
Taking shit out of the
sprayer's
sink.
just on. Ew! That's the kitchen sink.
It's in the pan.
What in the? We've also seen as much of his ass as we've seen her boob.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, this is champagne and bullets level of disgusting and weird.
Oh! That mess! Oh, come on.
He's gonna have to redo his flooring. Ugh.
This is so gross.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Don't touch me.
He pulled a top off here.
Don't touch me. Yeah, that's Hitchhiker Girl.
And also, for the sake of wanting to give you all, something positive to look forward to, there is another. The Hauser legacy continues. Wings Hauser had a son named Cole, who was also an award-nominated actor. No, not a Razzie Award, an Independent Spirit Award. Like his father was before him. Yes, I'm an Independent Spirit Award nominee, like my father before me.
Who wants to be a topless dancer?
She's tiny. She's tiny.
She's so itty bitty.
Yeah? Didn't I tell you it would?
Didn't I tell you?
Oh, they're in the bathtub though.
This is who he's thinking about while he's banging her.
Wow. Lots of boobies in this
Look
movie.
at the slow-mo.
You love to direct this movie.
Okay. There's only one way women take a shower in movies.
Mm-hmm.
They wash their legs and their boobs. That's it.
The cleanest boobs ever.
What are we even attempting to convey here, Wings? Oh my god.
Wow.
Dude, this movie took a hard turn.
It's about snuff, now it's a porno.
What is going down right now?
Wow.
Yep.
Oh my god.
This is the art of dying or the art of doing actresses?
Kathleen Kinmont, of all people. In black and white. Interesting.
Artsy.
Yeah. You know nothing
Goodness
about art.
gracious.
Aren't her legs close? Oh no, I see his head there. Oh, Jesus Christ, Wings. Oh, Psycho. It's Psycho.
Oh.
Wow, look at this editing. Oh my god.
She's like banging against the shower.
Which one?
He's exhausted.
He's exhausted.
It was daylight when he started banging.
Get away from me. Tired.
You know how much milk I drank?
And jam. Ew.
That was so gross.
And where did they get the crumbs?
By the way, he had set the jam out and the milk.
Oh yeah.
that was sitting there.
Oh yeah.
Mhm. He's in a lactose jelly coma.
Trim coma.
Yeah, his partner, did she die?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Out of the movie. I swear that was supposed to be a dude.
Yeah.
And he just didn't rewrite the dialogue.
Yeah.
That's so loud.
The Art of Dying is a very cool name, title.
It is.
And then you watch it.
And then you watch it.
And it's even better than you expected. This movie's great.
It really is fun.
Titties, snuff films, Wings Hauser,
Turtlenecks,
milk,
jelly,
Cross-dressing.
cross-dressing.
It's like everything in here.
Russian roulette, Kathleen Kinmont's boobs.
A lot of that.
I feel just about as responsible as you do. You know, Mother called.
Boom, Mike.
Oh, I missed it.
I'm too busy talking about boobs.
He's distracted.
Is this your guy?
The one thing you remember about bad movies is from Cobra.
What was the jazz budget?
I miss soundtracks like this in movies.
Okay.
Shut the fuck up!
That's what I want to say to you all the time. Exactly like that.
Here comes the happy music to watch a snuff film.
I feel like I'm stepping into a castle and there's fairies and glitter.
Oh my God, look at this.
Are they a couple?
Yeah, definitely.
They're doing this while they're watching people die.
Yeah.
The murderer. He's a pimp and he's a pornographer.
He's like actually peeing. They were like, look, we got to get these lines in. Has anyone seen Wings?
Well, he's the one who says we got to get these lines. He's the director.
He's the
That's
director.
true.
He's like, I got to take a piss. Come in here.
Yeah. Run these lines.
That's 7 tall boys. I got to go.
7 tall boys.
And he told me to stay out of the lab. Well, that's a great idea.
Okay, so this guy's weird in every role.
Yeah.
This movie's awesome. This is so. Oh,
my gosh.
No.
Whoa.
Oh,
Scarface status?
dude. Holy shit.
Their faces make it worse. Not the victims, these two.
This movie is. Oh my God.
Did they have a note on there? Did they say anything?
He's told me multiple times in the Discord chats, we need to watch this movie. That's why he sent he sent the VHS, and I think I tried to rip and it didn't work. And he was like, I'll get you a DVD.
Good night.
Well, hello.
Is this Kinmont? Riding a horse up the beach?
Yeah, well.
Little chicken. Where'd you find a horse?
Yeah.
Seen you for 6 months. I don't know your last name, Christ. I don't know where you live.
Sounds awesome.
What are you bitching about?
I don't think it seemed that bad the other day.
Kathleen Kinmont shows up at your house and bangs you, and you're like, getting sick of this shit.
And then she just leaves.
I had to clean up all that milk.
She didn't give you her phone number.
Then what's the problem, Jack?
The problem.
He doesn't want you boning other dudes. That's his
Ka-ching.
problem.
I don't even know who you are. He's just raw dogging her.
No cuffs. Can't we just have straight sex like normal people?
Yeah, with milk and jelly.
So she's the one who wants the weird shit, not him.
Yeah.
He's like, can't I just bang you? Why do I have to pound half a gallon of milk? It just shits for 2 days.
Oh my gosh. This is madness.
This is like the greatest movie.
Look at milk and jam in a different way now.
Oh,
Yeah, my stomach is kind of turning.
this is
Oh my gosh. Oh, she's not dead yet.
It's the art of dying,
Right. I'm dying.
not the art of dead.
The process. Right.
This movie's messed up, man.
Crap. Oh, look at it. How bad his wrists are.
She did cuff him. And apparently he was fighting. So
Yeah.
God knows what she was doing to him.
Filming people as he kills them. You know that guy that was shot in the head? Deer hunter.
That first one's from the Deer Hunter. Fuck.
And I thoroughly understand there, RJ. I'd be more bothered if he hadn't written in some way to sex up Kathleen Kinmont. Exactly. Especially the part about holding him at gunpoint.
On camera.
Is the element of surprise.
Oh!
Jeez. Good night.
These guys are the most prolific serial killers ever.
Mercy days. What the heck? Ay, yo, that's why they sent 10% beer. They're like,
Yeah, you're gonna need it.
Hey. Do you like it?
No, you're covered up.
Isn't that my gown?
Yeah, right?
I thought you were into this kind of thing.
Well, you're into this kind of thing.
Jesus Christ, what is it?
Wait, what? Excuse me?
So they're on opposite sides of the conversation from the last time.
Candy would be
Candy,
nice.
great. How about a bunch of roses?
Long stem.
Long stem roses and
She just wanted to bang and no romance, and now she's pissed because he wants to bang with no romance.
Yeah.
You want to be alone? You want to spend the night alone? Great. You spend the night alone. Come out of here.
You're in your bed.
Now we're crying.
Tell her to get the fuck out.
Yeah.
You need to get out now, dude. This chick is crazy.
She's
as hell.
crazy. Well,
She does just ride in on a horse and bangs him, so that's
yes.
yeah, it's probably a good indicator.
That's not a girl you keep around for 6 months. That's like
You say, all right, one more time, and then don't ride back here.
I like the music.
Yeah.
Has that old school sound.
He's like, goddamn Budweisers.
Beer and milk are getting all turned up.
Freaking milk. I'm gonna puke.
Milk was a bad choice.
He's got a pretty good run on him now. Yeah, man.
Man.
Killed it.
Nice.
Reaching.
Why?
What the hell?
Hey, man, are you crazy?
You're not gonna go get him?
What is happening? Why is nothing happening?
Oh my god! Was that his-
As great as this is, we gotta now go and celebrate because this is the USS Kitty Hawk. All that's left now is to go and make these little parts tomorrow. Tomorrow night, we're going to be going and making all of these ready to go and ready to move in the planes to go on the carrier. And then Thursday night is when we will be going and painting this beauty all together now. So until then, I want to thank you all for watching. Subscribe to the channel. We'll hit 10,000 subs. Become a member today and shop at my art store with the first link in the description where you can buy my art or commission me or support me with a donation, or you can go and make sure to pre-order issue 4 of my comic book Encrypted, where a regular copy is 5, an autographed copy is 10, an autographed and sketched in copy is 20, or you can go and get a 1-year subscription for 60, or 1-year subscription with your copies autographed for 90. Tomorrow, I'll have new shorts at 5 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 and 6. I'll have a new video at 6:30, and I'll be live again at 10. So until then, felines, slam it, lick it, suck it, and see you, Space Cowboy.